Brent, thank you. Thank you. Dang, that sucks. Okay. I gotta repeat everything. Brent, thank you. Thank you for telling me. The damn mic. I didn't even notice it. I didn't even notice I was mute. I was mute, so that was annoying. But thank you guys. Thank you for Brent. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for telling me. That was annoying. Okay, I just wasted 4 minutes. I wasted 4 minutes for nothing. It's all good. Let's. I'll continue. I'll reiterate what I said. All right. I wasn't planning to talk about the Karmelo Anthony case. But a viewer of mine, a subscriber, he had a opposing opinion. Right. I did a short opinion on my YouTube Shorts. Right. It was kind of a passionate speech, but I'll have to reiterate it. Right. I have to reiterate it. But thank you, Brent, for telling me. But yes, I wasn't planning on talking about the Karmelo Anthony case, but like I said, a viewer had an opposing opinion. My opinion was that I think it was a just verdict, right? Here's the thing where he wasn't supposed to be there, right? He wasn't supposed to be under another team's tent. He was asked to leave. He didn't want to leave. Austin, right, the white boy, told him to leave. The guy wouldn't leave. He pushed him, and pushing Anthony took out a knife and stabbed him. I'm sorry. It was the defense. The defense was said it was like self-defense. I'm sorry, right? Stabbing someone when you're being pushed isn't a valid response to self-defense. I'd rather him punched him. Why didn't you punch him then? Right? If you want to defend yourself, use your fists. The guy pushed you. He wasn't like brandishing a weapon at you, right? For you to and then brandish a weapon at him. I'm sorry. Your life wasn't in danger, right? It's not. You probably had fear of a beat down, but it's like, well, fight, right? Why are so like we have these boys that are like pretty much pussies? Fight them if you wanted to. Brent, you're vocal about it. But yeah, I said he got what I mean. I think the verdict was just, in my opinion, right? I think the verdict was just. But I'm not saying I know a whole lot of detail about it. So we will be watching some videos that will give a bit of hopefully a bit more detail about the case, because again, we'll see if self-made, right? Self-made wanted to have a conversation about it. So I think it'll be fun. I think it will be an interesting conversation. But anyone else that don't agree with the verdict, I mean, I'm willing to talk about it. Also, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you this, right? I think it's stupid that there are some people, particularly the black community, they need to make it they need to make it racial. It wasn't racial, in my opinion, right? It wasn't racial, in my opinion. I mean, I would love it if you could prove it to me, but it wasn't racial. It was kids being kids, in the sense that it was right? Rival schools. It's like they weren't friends with each other. Kids can be jerks too. I mean, Austin Metcalf had no reason to be nice to the guy, right? He didn't want him under the same tent. He should have left. I mean, yeah. I mean, this is the thing where a lot of people were saying that if Karmelo Anthony stabbed a black boy, no one will be talking, right? All the people that are protesting it wouldn't be protesting. They wouldn't be protesting, right? They wouldn't be talking about it. We see this plenty of times. So, if the victim was a black boy, no one would be protesting. No one would be talking about it. So, I don't know. Yeah. All right. Well, let's check out some let's check out some video clips about it, right? Let's check out some video clips about it and get some get a bit of clarification, because I don't really know the case that thoroughly, right? I know a very surface level, right? I know very surface level about it. So let's see if the surface level things I know is not a bad thing. I just think it's ridiculous that some people think that you know that people are blindly supporting him. All right. Here's this woman I saw a little bit. She was going in detail about it. Exactly. I agree. If he was black, they'll be silent because it would have fit the victim narrative. It wouldn't fit the victim narrative. Exactly. I agree. 100%. They wouldn't care. I believe all these people who protest, right, who were protesting about it, who, all that shit, they wouldn't care at all, right? I don't think they would not care, right? They would not care about this trial. If he killed a black boy, they wouldn't care about the trial. I've said this is a hill I would die on, right? This is a hill I would die on. Okay, the black community do not care about black lives unless it's in a racial lens. The black community only care about black lives when it involves other races. That is the only time, in my opinion, right? In my opinion, when the black community cares about race, right? Cares about black people. They only care about black people when it concerns other races. So let's say if an Asian man killed a black person, that's when they care. If a black boy, right, is being judged on the death of a white boy, right? That's when they care. That's when they care. They don't care about when it's any other times, right? They don't care about any. In the sense when I'm saying they don't care, right? I'm talking about in general. They're not out here protesting, right? Do you see the protests out in front here? I'm gonna show you, right? Let's look. Let's look at the protest first.
What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do at this point? What? I'm lost for it. I don't know what to do. I got 5 boys. I don't know what. I ain't got nothing to tell them no more. You can't walk away no more. Rest in peace, Trayvon.
He didn't walk away. What do you mean he can't walk away no more? He didn't want to walk away. You know what you can tell your black boys? Walk away. That's what you can tell your black boys. This is another problem within the black community. Another problem within the black community is that mindset. Don't walk away. Fight. Be violent. Right? Be disrespectful. Be aggressive. Let's be honest. That's a problem in the black community. You don't know how to walk away. You all you know is how to be tough, right? Like, oh, someone disrespect me, I'm gonna fight them. Just walk away. Unless your life was truly endangered, right? Unless they didn't allow you to walk away. If they gave no option to walk away, right? If all of Austin Metcalf's group right here was surrounding him, 100%, take out your knives and start stabbing. I agree. But they literally said for you to walk away, leave the tent. That's not been disputed, right? That both the defense and the prosecution agreed. He was told to leave. He was told to leave. He chose not to leave. There's no doubt about that, right? There's no the defense ain't arguing against him being told to leave. The defense didn't argue against that.
Mark, let me ask you this right now.
Well, for starters,
You know, this is a thing where I heard this where another problem, right? How I'm not sure they like there's still conflicting information about this, but they spent a good chunk of that money, right? That they raised on themselves. Instead of, you should have spent every single dime by paying for the best lawyer you can. I'm sorry, they picked a weak ass lawyer, right? I'm not sure if it was 100% a public defender, right? There's some conflicting information on it, right? They said that initially was a public defender and then wasn't. I'm not gonna necessarily comment on that, but I do know that they didn't spend 100% of that funded money, right? The money that they got from the public on a lawyer. They should have spent every single dime on getting a lawyer. They should have.
it's very simple. Don't bring a knife to a track meet. It's crazy because she's out here acting like her boys are in danger because a black man or child, whatever, about to be 18, was found guilty for stabbing a white kid through the heart and killing him. So he was found guilty on murder for stabbing Austin Metcalf through the heart and killing him at a track meet with a knife he was not supposed to have at that track meet. He's acting like, what is she supposed to do about her boys? Ma'am, the biggest threat to your boys is not white people. It's other black boys, other black men. Around 9 out of 10 times a black man is murdered, he's murdered at the hands of another black person.
That is true. That is true. 90% of death, right? 90% of homicides in the black community is by other black people. I get it. Yes. Proximity crimes. I understand that. But why do people constantly harp on black on black crime? Why do you always bring up black on black crime? Bitch, critically think. Critically think. Why do people constantly bring black on black crime? Because all you notice, all you care about is crime, is homicide, it's white on black or Asian on black crime. That's all you care about. That's all you protest on. That's all you make videos on, right? That's all you do. That's all you make noise about when it's white on black or Asian on black. You don't really make noise. You don't really protest when it's black on black. Oh, why should I? Why should I? The white thing is so big. Is it? When 9 out of 10 times you would more likely die from the hands of another black person, and you think that a white person killing you, the chance of a white person killing you, is more important? That is insane. That is utterly insane. That is why people say, talk about black on black crime. Because fix your house first. Care about what's happening within your house first before caring about what's happening outside. Yeah, call in. I would love to hear. I would love to you give your opinions. What's your thoughts? I'll give you the floor.
Criminal justice system is not out here targeting black people. She's overreacting to a situation that she does not need to be reacting to in this way. And it makes her look goofy, uneducated, ignorant, and stupid. It's annoyingly painful to watch. Especially as an athlete, high school, college, you don't bring knives to sporting events. Yeah, can young men get physical? Yes.
And you see that problem, okay? This is the same problem with Rick Chow and Cyrus, right? That gas station owner who shot the Cyrus kid. I said this, right? The Cyrus kid did not deserve to die. Rick Chow probably should have been in prison. But the kid carried around a gun. I don't know about you, right? But at 14 or 19, I wasn't carrying around weapons. I'm sorry, right? During my teens, I wasn't carrying around a weapon. And I can tell you this, right? I lived in the hood. I didn't carry around weapons. Brent, you can call in anytime if you want to, share your opinion. That's the problem we're not talking about. That's the issue that you know, a lot of people aren't talking about. Brent, what is up? What is up?
So,
What's your opinion?
not much. Just finished eating. Oh. No, it might be too laggy to stay on.
Yes. Well, what's your quick opinion?
Anthony got what he deserves. I guess it's self-inflicted stupidity.
I agree.
I'm so tired of people making excuses for other people's actions.
No, I agree. I agree. He brought a knife. He was ready for violence. He didn't. He had plenty of opportunity to walk away, and he ignored that. So I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of sympathy when you had the ability to walk away. You chose not to walk away. You stayed in a hostile environment. Again, you were in the area of another team, another group of kids you don't know. They don't want you there. So you chose to stay in a hostile environment. Now, it was a hostile environment that were, you know, they weren't keeping you prison, right? They weren't surrounding you. You just didn't want to go. You had an attitude. You were aggressive. You know, this is I've said this plenty of time, right? This is another problem within the Black community. It's the attitude. Right? They have attitude with authority, with parents, and with other people. So, you know, it's a sad situation, but you know,
from the witness testimony, from the testimony from one of the witnesses, he stabbed Metcalf before he could even put a hand on him.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop that out just because it's leggy.
Okay. No, but thank you for sharing your opinion, Brent. Thank you for sharing your opinion. I always want to give people you know, some spotlight, right? I created the call-in show for people to be able to voice their opinions. I think everyone should be able to voice their opinions and thoughts, right? In a respectful, hopefully a good way, right? But yeah, we'll hopefully learn a bit more detail and stuff.
I was an athlete, been there, done that, but we were never bringing knives around. Even teams I could not stand, I never dreamed about bringing a knife. I guess Black parents need to teach their children about things like this because, yeah, you bring a knife to defend yourself, and now you're possibly going to jail for the rest of your life. He was not about to be beaten to death at that track meet, and there's no need for him to have a knife. But rather than acknowledging the uncomfortable truths and realities of the situation, we just want to claim and play victim. And what am I going to tell my boys now? Tell your boys to not bring knives?
Brent is all good. I get it. I understand. Not everyone is ready or are capable of, you know, doing going online and stuff. Totally understand.
To track needs. Tell your boys to hang around with good people, make good decisions. Don't sell drugs. Don't do drugs. Don't hang out with gangbangers. For them to go become a productive member of society who consistently brings value. There are a lot of things that she could be telling her boys. Again, it's just wild to me. I know the reactions over the next couple of days. The reactions that are going to be coming out from Black Americans about this are going to be stupid, and it's
yeah. You hear that? She said it. No one wants to hear what we do to each other. No one wants to hear what we do to each other. Please listen to that. Out of a Black woman's mouth. No one wants to hear what we do to each other. We only care what they do to us.
She said the whole thing out loud. She doesn't want to talk about what we're doing to each other, which is the actual problem. She doesn't want to talk about our mindsets, which are the actual problem. She doesn't want to talk about our decision making, which is the actual problem. If Karmelo Anthony would have been taught how to make better decisions, he wouldn't even be in this situation to begin with. But she's he's not going to say that. They're out protesting.
Yeah, I would have taught my son to walk away. Walk away. Don't be in environments that are hostile towards you, right? Defend yourself, right? But walk away. Walking away should be your first option, should be your first choice. Walking away should always be your first choice, not your last, right? Stabbing someone shouldn't be your first choice.
Not wanting Karmelo and be found guilty after he stabbed somebody through the heart at a track meet with a knife he was not supposed to have in a place he was not supposed to have it. And if he would have been taught, look, if someone's coming with fist, you handle that with fist. You don't grab a weapon immediately. Especially in a more of a controlled situation like a track meet. If he was like caught late at night in an alleyway, totally different conversation. His life was not in danger. And rather than working with these, he decided.
Yeah, he was on school property. He was on school property. It's like, yeah, the troll environment. It's a. There were coaches. There were teachers. I think other around. If you go ahead, fight. Then if you felt some kind of danger, fight. Yeah, use your fists. It'd be different if the guy pulled. This is the difference, right? This is the difference between this and the Rick Chow case, right? In the Rick Chow case, the prosecution or the defense, whatever, the Rick Chow's lawyer was able to argue that the victim had a gun. He had a weapon on him. So it was reasonable doubt, right? It was they were able to, put out a self-defense kind of thing. Okay. While here's a boy, right? Metcalf, he had nothing on him. At best, he probably pushed him, right? At best, he pushed him. That was at best. It wasn't a bunch of people ganging up on him. There were Metcalf's teams around him or brother, but they weren't all ganging up on him. It was one-on-one, all right? One-on-one at the time. What I believe. We'll probably check more. I did. Well, I didn't watch any. I heard about it a little bit, right? I heard about it a little bit. Let me see. If there's anything, let's talk about it. Mm-mm. No one's really talking about it. Well, I guess we could again, I did this live for one viewer because one viewer wanted to come up and talk about it. But if he's not here, we'll jump around to a bunch of different things. If you want, let's check out the Belfast thing, right? Asmund Gold is talking about it. So I love Asmund Gold. I've been really liking this guy.
Literally, yes, exactly. And she's just saying, so Tom, I don't know who this person is. I have no idea. But anyway, let me go back. I'm going to look at a few of these other posts here too. Bring back Crusades. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to become increasingly more extreme. Only restore Britain can save Britain. I'm so glad Elon is talking about this shit. I'm so fucking glad. Thank God we actually, isn't it crazy? Where you can demonize and try to delegitimize people like Rupert Lowe and Nigel Farage and Elon Musk, and you're going to end up with an entire chapter. Because that's what's going to happen. It's obvious that's what's going to happen. Lose an arm, literally? Yes, exactly. And she's just saying, so Tom, I don't know who this person is. I have no idea. But anyway, let me go back. I'm going to look at a few of these other posts here too. Bring back Crusades. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to become increasingly more
A residential street in North Belfast, a dark night, a man attacked with a knife. Bystanders screamed, one fighting back with a hurling stick. The victim is in hospital with serious injuries to his face, neck, and back. The Prime Minister called it sickening. The DUP leader called it medieval. Belfast is in shock. An Irish man is in hospital in serious condition after a knifeman attacked him on a residential street in North Belfast late on June 8th.
This is what I think, right? You think this is ridiculous, right? People constantly say, "Oh, gun control, gun control." You think you'll be less injured without guns? I mean, like, seriously, the UK has an extreme knife problem. Extreme, like literally, they have a high death toll or high injury toll with knives. They have a huge problem with stabbings.
In footage that has since spread widely online and drawn condemnation from across the political spectrum. Officers from the PSNI were called to Kinnaird Avenue shortly after 10:30 p.m. local time, following reports of a knife attack. A video circulating on social media appears to show a black man slashing at the victim's neck while onlookers shout at him to stop. Bystanders eventually pulled the attacker away, with one intervening using a hurling stick. A man in his 30s, believed to be Somali, was arrested at the scene on suspicion of attempted murder. The victim, a man in his 40s, was taken to hospital with serious injuries to his face, neck, and back. PSNI Assistant Chief Constable Ryan Henderson declared it a critical incident and said officers had arrived within minutes.
They should have crippled him. I'm sorry. The bystanders should have crippled the guy. They should have broken bones. Absolutely disgusting.
Minutes.
And then you wonder why. There are a group of people that don't want these immigrants. I'm sorry. It's like no one's saying that they don't want people to immigrate into places, right? But if you can't be a fucking good citizen, get the fuck out. Get out. Right? This is the problem, right? We have immigrants coming into a new nation without no respect, right? No respect for the nation, no respect for the laws, no respect for the people. You should be thanking this any country that allows you in for a new life. You should be thanking them by being a good citizen, being a law-abiding citizen, being a productive citizen. You should be thanking them. People that wave the flags of other nations, people that disrespect the laws, the regulations, people that disrespect the people of that nation. Nah. Knives are more dangerous because they're small, quiet, and don't require reload time. Leave larger opening wounds. Yeah, I mean, plus they're unassuming, right? Knives are unassuming, right? Knives are unassuming, right? And it's just like it's a quick stab.
This brutal attack will have sent shockwaves through the community, causing real concern. Our officers were on the scene within minutes, and we wish to acknowledge the members of the public who strive.
And I want to say this, right? You wonder why white Britons or white Americans are outraged about the crime and stuff like that. People say, "Oh, you know, the white people do a lot of crimes." Yeah, but fucking, they're citizens. No one is talking about to eliminate crime, right? No one's talking about eliminating crime. But the problem is, you, right, who shouldn't be here, or you who are lucky to be here, should be acting at the utmost best, right? Just like, if you allow someone into your home, right? If you allow someone into your home, you would expect them to be at their best, their best, what was it? Their best behavior, right? When you allow someone into your home, you would expect them to be at their best behavior. You allow someone into your home and they treat and they're shit, right? They piss in your they piss on your floor, eat your food, right? Break your shit.
To save the man from further attack. Their willingness to step forward to help another person shows incredible bravery and community spirit.
British Prime Minister Keir
Evo Eddie, what is up, my brother?
Starmer called the scene sickening and said,
I have absolutely no tolerance for abhorrent scenes of violence like this on our streets. My thoughts are first and foremost with the victim, and I thank the first responders, including members of the public who intervened.
the attack has also drawn sharp responses from opposition leaders. DUP leader Gavin Robinson, who said the footage would be impossible to unsee, described it as medieval and barbaric.
What occurred last night will have profound implications for community cohesion in this country. This needs to be a time for honesty and openness and truth. Will he confirm that he and his government recognise that uncontrolled immigration needs to end? Will he confirm that the government needs to reassure and protect our population who for too long have had their concerns ignored?
A knife believed to be the attacker's has been recovered from the scene. Forensics officers were also seen working the street through the morning of June 9th as the area remained cordoned off. Police have urged anyone with dashcam or CCTV footage to come forward. Britain's taxpayers may have unknowingly funded some of the very threats the country was trying to combat. A leaked government dossier has revealed that more than £28 billion of public money was allegedly diverted to terrorists, hostile states, and organised criminal groups over a 6-year period, raising serious questions about oversight, national security, and
The Brits need to start, handling their shit. I'm sorry. They need to start handling their shit. They really do. I mean, I think their nation is going to the shithole. I think that their nation is going down. Right? It's not doing well. So they need to handle what's going on. I'm going to cover a little bit more about the Karmelo thing. If self-made, again, it was self-made, right? Self-made black, a follower, a commenter of my channel. He wanted to talk about the Karmelo Anthony case. So I wanted to set it up, right? I always love to give people a spotlight, give people a chance to voice their opinions. So if he comes on, we'll continue it. I'm gonna watch a few more clips and then, maybe check some other things out if he doesn't come. So we'll see. But like I said in the beginning, the glancery things I know about the Karmelo Anthony case, yeah, he deserved. It was just, right? It was the guilty verdict was just. The punishment was just, right? Because again, the kid shouldn't have been where he was. He had the opportunity to leave. He didn't leave, and he brought a knife to a fist fight. Bringing a knife to a fist fight is ridiculous. I'm sorry.
They grab a knife and stab it through somebody's chest. As a teenager in high school, again, at a track meet. But now let's go back to this woman because I think this is like...
I agree. Like, the UK was such a world power, but in my opinion, liberalism, right? Progressiveness, progressivism, the leftist ideology has ruined that nation. They become snowflakes. They become very, they're so, literally, the UK is the example, of white guilt, right? The UK is the epitome of the example, right? The epitome, the ultimate example of if you have a nation that is suffering from white guilt. I just think that's going nowhere. I agree. From colonizers to being colonized in under 100 years. I see that.
Almost the epitome of what is the problem.
And let me say this, right? Let me say this. I think, in my opinion, right? This thing that's happening right now, this white guilt, this view towards white people will become a boiling point. Will become a boiling point, right? What's happening in the UK, what's happening in America, where it's okay, it's always like, it's okay for black people to harm white people, but God forbid a white person harms black people, because you're seeing white people being killed. No protests, right? No one's protesting. We leave it to the court system. You see the black people being killed, protests and all this shit. But I believe that this is maybe controversial, right? If violence or hostilities increase more and more towards white people, right, in the UK, in America, I think it's only a matter of time where I think white people in general will be fed up, right? They'll be fed up in a way that they will start fighting back more and more. I don't know.
With Black Americans today in this country. So remember what she said. She said, we don't want to talk about what we do to each other. We want to talk about what they do to us. That's what Black people in general, not all of us, but too many of us, the vast majority of us, love to focus on. And she said, talking about what we do to each other is coon shit. Nobody want to hear about that coon shit? Whatever she said, something like that. Here are 5 names: Tyel Coates, Jamonte Shaw, Antone Little, Malik Moore, and D'Angelo Scott. All 5 of those right there are Black teen males that have been murdered this year. In these cases, 90% of the time they are murdered at the hands of another Black person. That's not coon shit, that's facts. And this is one of the problems that Black people as a whole in this country have. But we weren't protesting about the fact that these 5 people were killed. But now we're out in the streets and we're mad and we're outraged because a Black man is found guilty after he stabbed somebody through the heart. And the person he stabbed happened to be white. And that's why we're so up in arms and so, emotional about this. But this is what we do. So in 2024, there were 15,795 murder victims. About half of them were Black. Of the half that were murdered, 90% of the people that murdered them were Black. So over 7,000 Black people were murdered at the hands of other Black people in 2024. And we really didn't do much about it. Oh, okay. If you truly care about Black boys' lives, this is where the problem is. This isn't about protecting a Black boy. Black boys die every day and these people say nothing. It's more about trying to win in a race battle that really no longer exists. It's counterproductive.
Exactly. I talk about this every day. Or every time I give think pieces on this, right? If you care about Black lives, why isn't your logic consistent? Why don't you care about them across the board? Why do you only care about Black lives when it involves other races? Any other time, you don't care. You don't talk about it. You don't even notice it.
And you ought to be ashamed of yourself. What the fuck you need to be ashamed. You need to be ashamed. Because that's really y'all that was in there.
Notice what it was about. She said, you guys ought to be ashamed because that was one of y'all's that was in there. Meaning the Black law enforcement officers ought to be ashamed because a Black boy was just convicted of murder after he stabbed somebody through the heart and killed them. Anyone being reasonable about this can say, yes, he should not have had a knife there and he should not have stabbed Austin Metcalf in the chest. And he killed him, so there's likely going to be consequences for that. What you just watched is the reason most Black people just simply are ignoring that reality. They're siding with Karmelo Anthony simply because he's Black. That's it. Think about why she said they ought to be ashamed, because that's one of yours in there. She wasn't saying, hey, was this the right verdict that the jury came to? I mean, I don't even know why she's shaming police officers or state troopers. I don't know if they were police officers or state troopers. Either way, it was about the fact that they're Black, he's Black. That means you should be on his side and you shouldn't be helping enforcing any laws around this place. This is why you see Black people in many cases around the country losing their mind right now, because they're automatically siding with Karmelo Anthony because he's Black. If roles were reversed, exact same case, set of facts, they would then want the conviction. Then they'd be saying a Black boy was murdered at the hands of a white boy, and this white boy needs to be held accountable. That's what they.
Exactly. Right. What if the roles were reversed? What if the roles were reversed? Okay. And a white boy, right, he went into an area, right? He went into an area. He went to another team's tent. The team was predominantly black, right? It was all black team, right? An all black team. A white boy went into this tent of an all black team. Wouldn't leave that team. He wouldn't leave that team. One member pushed him, right? Pushed that white boy. That white boy, because being pushed, he stabbed that black boy to death. Is it okay that white people, is it okay that white people would protest to set him free? Would you not, would black people protest to, the outrage that, the white boy got, 35 years for killing the black boy if he did? Would your logic be consistent, or would you not care? If the roles were reversed, they'll react with the same. Yes, siding with someone just because of their skin color is racist, right? Exactly. Because you don't care. You don't care about anything else. This guy, besides skin color, you're racist.
We'd be saying, because again, it's not actually about the facts, what's true, what's fair. It's about siding with black people and black people not getting the short end of the stick, or in reality, just being held accountable. This is one of our problems.
Werewolf, what is up? The thing that has me disgusted is the character assassination on Austin. No one knew him. I agree. To be honest, I heard people saying that, oh, I'm glad he's dead. You don't know the kid. Right? He's a boy. Being glad someone's dead for what? It's like at worst, right? At worst, the kid pushed someone. At worst, that's at worst, right? At worst, the kid pushed someone, right? And then you wish him he's dead. It's just ridiculous.
Because when you're this pro-black, no matter what, it hijacks your ability to reason. And you say dumb things, you do stupid things, you run yourself out of opportunities, you lack accountability. This is one of Black Americans' biggest problems. And overall, our biggest problem in the country right now is this. But when you say that, you get called a coon, a Sambo. Many of us don't like to hear the harsh reality. And the harsh reality is Black people have to be better. Black people siding with other Black people simply because they're Black is what makes Black Americans, and honestly, the laughing stock of all other races. They just don't do it to your face. Or maybe I should say most other races. I don't know if I can say all, but most, I would say. But we have to stop siding with people because they're Black. Black people do things that are wrong. And we have to start actually using our mind, wanting to become better, talking about self-accountability, looking in the mirror and say, what decisions am I making consistently that are affecting my life and the people around me's life in a negative way? And then working to fix that. Saying, you know what, we need to be better. We need to stop having children with a bunch of different people who don't raise them. There are a ton of things we need to do that we ignore while focusing on white people and pointing the finger. It's time for that to stop. Don't forget, guys.
And here's the thing, right? I saw this. I saw another report, right? I forgot his name, right? A white kid stabbed someone. I don't know if he stabbed a black kid, right? But he stabbed someone. A white kid stabbed someone, and he only got 10 years, right? 10 years in prison because it wasn't. They said it was homicide or whatever, right? It wasn't murder, right? While Karmelo Anthony was Real Rain. What is up, my brother? It's been a while.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you a bit.
Right.
What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. I forgot what I was talking about. But oh yeah. There was a white kid who I think 2022 in Texas also stabbed a kid and only sentenced to 10 years. Because he wasn't it wasn't as murder. So and people say that, oh, there's this right here. Texas is a racist state. If he was white, he would have gotten 10 years. Here's the thing, okay? It's one thing to say that, you know, you want to fix the system. It's not the same thing as saying that, okay, this black kid, he took a life. The white kid should have also been sentenced 35 years, right? He should have also been sentenced to 35 years, okay? And here, I also seen this, right? Let's be honest. Is it racist? I said this to another person, right? Is it racist or is it bias? Okay. There's been plenty of cases where a black judge or black jury let someone go, right? Let someone go because of the race, right? Let someone go because of the race. So it's been plenty of time it has happened. Real Rain, I don't know if you're there. Message me if you are ready to come back up, okay? What was it? Let me see this. I saw one. Let me. Yeah.
From a statistic.
Now, I'm not saying to take it with a grain of salt, right? Look it up. Look up the statistic yourself. But let's listen to this one.
From a statistical perspective, eliminating black jurors from a case like this is probably the only way to have a fair trial, given the demonstrated statistical tendency of black jurors to be so racially tribalistic in a situation where they're expected to uphold the law in a fair and unbiased manner. That's the only way to have a fair trial. Otherwise, you get OJ. The jurors in that case who have since admitted that they let him walk because he's black. From a statistic.
Look up the statistics, right? I'm not saying that's true or not, but we are biased, right? People are biased. Real Rain, what's up, my bro? I can't hear you. But yeah, I looked it up. The jury consisted of white, Hispanics, and Asians. No black jurors, but it's not all white. It wasn't an all white jury, right? It wasn't an all white jury. So you gotta get rid of that narrative, right? It wasn't an all white jury. It consisted of, a black. It consisted of white, Hispanics, and Asian, right? Asians. So
that kid didn't own the tent. I don't know who told him he owned the tent, but he didn't own it. And that's the issue that a lot of black people, especially in this society, have issues with white people, because white people walk around thinking they own every fucking thing. They think they're in charge of everywhere, every person. They feel like they have the right to do what they will. They don't care about the law. If I feel like I tell you to leave, you should leave. And who the fuck is he to tell Buddy to leave? You're a fucking kid. You don't own the tent. You don't own it. Now you're putting your hands on people and you're going to get hurt. That kid.
Getting hurt is one thing. Getting killed is another, right? Getting hurt is one thing. Getting killed is another thing. Bro, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man? Let me try and fix this camera.
All right.
All right, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, cool. I had to switch over to my phone. I was trying to do it on the laptop, but
been a while, missed you, my brother.
Oh yeah, man. You went on vacation and then we kind of fell off, but I'm glad to be back. Hey, I see Eddie in the chat too. So what's up, Eddie? But kind of the thing that's making me most upset about this situation is,
yeah, what's your thoughts?
Can we not just call a spade a spade? Something bad happened, regardless of race. This isn't to me, this wasn't a white or black issue that they're making it out to be. This is just a kid that felt like he had to prove himself to be tough, and another kid that had felt like he needed to protect. This wasn't to me about race. And I live in Texas, man. And I saw that comment that you highlighted where it said Texas is a racist state. Do you know how many races live in Texas? We got Asians, Muslims, Mexicans, Latinos of all. We have the World Cup here. this weekend. Would Texas have the World Cup if we were that racist?
No, I've said this before. I think, I mean, are there racist people in the world? Of course, but I think it's more in 2026. I think we're less racist. I think we're just biased, right? I think human beings are biased, right? Black people have said this plenty of times before, right? They would never, they rarely would ever like to go to a party that's full of white people. Asian people have said the same. It's like, again, we are biased, right? We look at, we see ourselves in other people, right? I've heard judges say, "Oh, you know what, that white kid or that black kid just looks like my own kid." It's happened many times before. Could you call it racist? That's what people do, but I see it as more just we are more tribal, right? Tribalism. We are biased. Racist. I've always viewed this as differently, right? There was a time when people were racist where it meant you dying. Racist where it meant you couldn't succeed at all because of a certain color. Now I don't see it like that, in my opinion. So,
Well, DA, let me ask you a question because you've probably seen some of the same videos that I've seen with the aftermath of the verdict and the sentencing.
mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this because you know I'm the chat's resident white boy.
Yeah.
But do you not think like this is a bad look for certain demographics? Because when you have certain demographics out there just like being like, and if you've seen the videos I've seen, like I saw someone say like, I will roll up white people and burn them at the flag.
No, this is things like that I'm seeing now, right? I mean, I don't know if you know about the Rick Chow case, and then you see in this one.
Yeah.
This is a bad image for black people, right? This is why I'm less on black people's side. Okay. I just said this, right? I just said this before, right? I think in 2022, right, there was a case of a white boy stabbing another boy, and he only got 10 years for it. I said that if he stabbed him the same way, he deserved 35 years too. Be consistent about it. But that's our problem with our justice system. It's not racial, right? In a sense, in my opinion. If you want to, fix our justice system, elect the people that will fix it. But
Yeah.
I see it as, I see that how you improve anything, right? How do you improve anything when you as a people, right? Internet black people, I like to make them, I like to tell that they're different, right? They're a different type of people that they only care about the death of a black person when it's by the hands of someone of another race. They don't care about the death of a black person when it's by another black person. But guess what? 9 times out of 10, it's by a hand of another black person. So you care so much about it, but yet you only care when it's by a white person or an Asian person, right? And now that you know what, oh, the death is by a white person. Oh, now you want to beat up white people, or kill white people, or harm white people, or if it's by an Asian person, you want to boycott Asian people or beat up Asian people, or all this stuff. How's that? It's like it's the absolute insanity of it. How's that make you?
Well,
Black people have no more high ground, right? They have.
Yeah, it's kind of like what that comment said earlier, where it was about the character assassination of Austin Metcalf,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone was like trying to say like, oh, he was a bully, he was a this, he was a that, and it's like all this internet quarterback speculation. No one knew this kid, and you know what? To me, as a Texan,
Mm-hmm.
if Carmelo Anthony would have testified and given his state of mind, I think the jury would have said manslaughter.
You think?
I really do, because he didn't testify.
Yeah,
So
I know that
no-
he didn't testify.
So no one really knows what he was thinking. So what I'm like, if we don't know what he was thinking and we're left to assume what he was thinking based off of witness testimony, and Carmelo wasn't like telling us like, yo, like this was my headspace at the time. How do we know what he was thinking?
I've said this before. I think that his family did him injustice. They got almost $1 million from public funds, yet they didn't spend every single dime on a world class lawyer. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
dude, check out Donovan Sharp. Donovan Sharp has been covering this story from the beginning, and he even said the same thing. He was like, "Why did they get a public defender when they raised 600,000 on GoFundMe or Give Send Go?"
hmm I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not 100. I've been hearing conflicting reports. I'm not sure that the lawyer that stood right, that was a part of this case at the end, was a public defender. I heard that they did pay him, but I don't know. I'm just saying that they should have. But they didn't spend. I know for a fact, right? They didn't spend 100% on a lawyer. That's a definite fact, right? They spent a bit of it on a new house, a car. All right, on shit, on all this shit, when 100% should have gone to an actual world class defense attorney.
Yeah.
But you know,
Well, let me ask you a question that
wait, self-made. Whenever you want to come up, right? You wanted to talk about it.
Yeah. Oh, I've been watching all your streams. Like, you just like, I always catch you when I'm at the gym on the treadmill, so I can't really engage. But
good.
let me just ask a question.
Go
And
for
this
it.
is purely hypothetical. Do you think if Karmelo was found innocent, like not guilty, do you think we would have right wing white boy groups rioting in the street right now? Because I kind of think we would.
I don't think so.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Because in my opinion, right? This is purely my opinion.
Yeah, we're just talking.
I think white people are not as it's not the last straw yet, right? Because here's my thing: when Charlie Kirk died and the whole white populace didn't, jump to the streets, it showed me that there's white people have a bit of restraint, right? So I think in this situation, I don't think that they would have done that too. I mean, I think there would be small groups that would do it, right? But in general, I don't think so.
That's actually a great point. That's a great point. So, like, what you're saying is like white people's tolerance for dealing with stuff is just so extraordinary, where it would have to be something major for white people to hit the streets.
I think it would have to be continuous, right? Have to be like a big profile case after big profile case, and then it will start boiling over. I'm saying that we are heading towards that direction, right? I'm definitely saying that we're heading towards it.
Well, that's kind of why I thought it like if Karmelo was found innocent or not guilty, I think it would be because after the Irina Zaruska killer,
even that one too. Yes, that another one. That
I think because that guy, like, they were like, he's not competent to stand trial.
I think white guilt is too powerful. I think white guilt is too powerful right now.
Interesting.
I think a few more. I'm saying a few. I mean, a couple. I don't know how many, but it has to be more of these cases for supposedly unjust whatever, and then you would see. But right now, it's just I think it's too powerful. So I don't think white people would protest or get outraged right away or anything. So.
Yeah,
again, we have like the most high profile death, right? Charlie Kirk, and I was surprised. You know what? When Charlie Kirk died, I thought that would have happened, right? And it didn't happen. It showed me that they're not there yet. And
they did protest. They did protest.
No, I'm saying in large scale, right? It wasn't like the BLM protesters. I mean, which one? Show me which one.
They protested in the UK too.
No, but not like those. I'm not saying that they. I'm talking about protests like BLM riots. Right?
Yeah,
we're talking about riots.
Yeah. I'm with you,
I mean, if you're talking about historically, it has happened.
Is that Alan?
No. Self-made. What's up, my brother?
Yeah, what's good, bro? My mic wasn't working for a bit.
It's a little low. Your mic is a little low.
No, but like I'm with you, DA, because like I'm part of the right wing, And when Charlie Kirk died, like I was like, why aren't we grabbing baseball bats and
I did
hitting
that
the
too.
street?
I thought it was gonna be riots. Not, I mean, yes, I'm not saying that there'll be no protest. What I'm thinking about, and I think we're on the same page, is we're talking about riots.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Like,
Protest riots or out into the streets,
why
craziness.
don't we have base? Like when Charlie died, I was like, why don't we have baseball bats, and why are we not smashing up the Nike store?
I kind of thought that,
and
but
and then I was like, well, you know what? If we did that, like we would be giving into like what they want.
yeah, I think that too, right? I think right now the white community in general has a bit of they're still holding themselves back, right? Because it's not, there's not enough. So, but self-made, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, it was good, bro. On this case particularly, I mean, it's not really a cut and dry case. I mean, he was wrong for killing him. Obviously, I mean, you can't really defend that. But I mean, I've been to sport events. I've ran track before. I'm a smaller guy myself. I'm 5'2", and I mean, if everything was supposedly defense, self-defense, then I get it, but not in a knife situation. Obviously, he's not about to fight 5 people by himself.
Well,
but I also think, I mean, I've heard that the boys, the twins, they weren't supposed to be there. I heard that. I don't know how true that is.
I don't know, but I haven't heard. I mean, like I think I've
I've
heard that
heard,
too, but
yeah. I mean, I don't know how true it is.
yeah.
But that's a speculation or an assumption. I don't really go based off of that. Regardless of the fact, it doesn't really matter. You can't really touch people. You can't stab people. So both of them was kind of like wrong in general. If there is a dispute, even in cases where there's teams and you got to go to your team tent, you have to get an adult. It's simple. It's simple shit. Like I ran track. I ran track as well. I did 1600 meter. You know, I get it. Like.
Well, here's my thing. Where I think there was opportunities for him to leave. Right. That has been a fact that he had an opportunity to leave. It is sketchy that I haven't heard them talk about they were ganging up on him. Right. Again, they were in there was a bunch of people that wasn't part of his team. Right. That were there. Didn't sound like they were ganging up on him. Did sound like they were telling him to leave as a group, but they weren't. It didn't seem like they were ganging up on him, like surrounding him and about to beat him up like a gang or something. I didn't sound like that, right? But again, in my opinion, again, we had a time where, you know what, if you're going to get a fist fight, which he pushed him, that is I hear that's a pretty clear fact that he did push him. Right. I mean, that's what I've heard.
You can't stab for pushing either. You can't stab somebody for pushing.
I'm sorry. Like,
punch him. Fight him. That's just not realistic. And even if they were to fight, I mean, it's if they were to fight, I'm pretty sure his brother would jump in as well. I mean, it's just instinct alone.
Well, I mean, it's I've seen fights between black people and white people, you know, one-on-one time sometimes too. So it's an assumption.
I mean, this is I mean it's they're at a team event. They're athletes, they're football players. It's not like they're just soccer players who don't really care. All their team is there, and his brother's there. And it is a speculation, but it's also an observation of, because I've been in that situation. I don't know if anybody played sports before, but I've played sports where stuff like that happen. Where you think it's a 1-on-1 and other people come and then you got people running across the field to jump in. Like it's chaotic, especially in the South. So
I agree. I mean, here's my thing. I don't disagree that, you know, let's hypothetically, I'll always say, Red Door, what is up, my sister? And Laughing Man, what is up, my brother?
It is speculation.
But here's the thing, right? I don't disagree that could happen, but I would say this, right? As terrible as it is, even if, let's say hypothetically, right, the two brothers who ganged up on beat him up, I still don't think it would cost Aunt Karmelo his life, right? I don't think that they would do that. I don't think that would happen, because honestly, it would have been a detriment to the two boys' careers anyway, their life. They would probably beat him up and kick him out of the tent, right? Again, we're only assuming. So still, any situation doesn't. I just,
I mean,
you know,
fighting in general is risky. It's
yeah,
not really just it's not really oh they're gonna beat him up. I mean, somebody can hit you and you
yeah.
fall and hit the corner of your head on a step or something. Like you can get fucked up fighting, you know. So it's
Let me.
not really.
Can I ask you both a question?
No, it's not necessarily a question. He's just saying that, like,
No,
you
no,
know,
no.
possible situation,
I
right?
just
It's
have
a
a question.
possible situation where, if he. Oh, you want to ask a question?
Yeah, I want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Um, would Carmelo have testifying changed your perception of what happened?
No, not at all.
Because to me, if like I would know his mindset, it would like if I could understand what he was thinking.
I can I can I can agree to that in a sense. Because I guess I see what you're saying. If I take a similar case, I mean it's not really a similar case, but if I can kind of, I mean, if you guys are familiar with the Botham Jean case in Texas, where this officer shot this man in his apartment.
The which one?
Botham Jean.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, so this cop, I'll kind of explain it. This cop, she went to her house and saw this black
Oh,
guy sitting on the
okay.
couch.
Yeah. Okay.
And,
Now I know which one you're
you
talking
know,
about.
yeah, it's kind of like that because she testified and she said that it was a genuine mistake that she went into the wrong apartment and then she shot him. And I still think that's kind of bullshit that she got 10 years, obviously. Uh,
Well,
but she
like
testified. You know, she testified. She was sincerely. She apologized. You know.
because I'm gonna give you a hot take, DA, and self-made. Nice talking to you for the first time, by the way.
Yeah. Likewise.
Um, I think Carmelo should have gotten manslaughter and a
Mhm.
10-year sentence. If he would have just like taken a plea deal, 10 years manslaughter, and just like accepted guilt, I would be okay with it.
Yeah.
No. You know
I
what?
can see
Now
a lot of people
you made
agree
me
with
think
that.
about it, right? Maybe if Carmelo, right, did testify and said that, you know what, it was a heat of the moment, not premeditated. It was he was scared he was scared that they may have gained up on him. Maybe, yeah. Where I think his defense team should have said that, yeah, it wasn't murder, right? Manslaughter or whatever, right? To get the lesser. Yeah, I'm seeing. I can see that, right? If he testified, tried to show that he's innocent, he didn't. I don't know. He didn't mean to stab him, whatever, right? He was scared. All that shit. Maybe that would help him too.
It's possible. I mean, that's possible.
Yeah, and like I said, like at the end of the day, I think all white people wanted from this situation because with Irina Zaruska happening, white people were kind of after justice. So if Carmelo would have just said like, "Hey, I did it. I fucked up. Like, give me manslaughter," taking a plea bargain from the DA, I think all of us would have been okay with it. But because there was like the trial and the circus with like what was happening outside the courtrooms and all that, and like Carmelo's family hiring like that advocate Cedric Alexander, I think is his name. Don't quote me on that name. I'll have to like fact check that. But like they hired like an advocate, and like that advocate, like the next day, like after Austin got stabbed, was like, "This is racial." Made like this situation so much worse than it needed to be.
Yeah, I think here's my thing. I think the black community making it racial made people want more serious, wanted a serious punishment, right? Wanted to really hope for more serious punishment.
Black people did
I
make
think,
this racist. The media made it racist.
Yeah, yeah.
well, I mean, again, I don't know if you saw it where I showed out like the protest outside of the court, right?
Yeah.
They were they made it. The media, I don't disagree, the media too, but I mean, people that went to the protests, all that, they made it racial. So again, when you make it a black versus white thing, it's very divisive. It should have been, a stupid kid against another stupid kid, right? Doing
I mean,
doing kid shit.
I mean, I still wouldn't. I wouldn't agree with the 10-year sentence for that. Anyways, I mean, I think that we need to stop letting people get off easy with murder, regardless of what
Okay.
what its intent was. Uh, I mean, I don't really. I'm like, I don't really care. You know, like if you kill somebody, you you deserve everything that comes with it. Like,
Got it.
the only reason I want to understand why
Yeah.
you killed him.
Self-made. Like, I agree with you. Like, I agree with what you're saying in principle. Like, yo, like, yeah, 10 years isn't enough. But like, when you go back and listen to like what Austin's family was saying at the beginning of it, and like how his family was just like, his family was all about forgiving the situation, and like the pain and the trauma and everything that Austin's family is going through right now. Like, his family like left court yesterday and like they were getting like heckled. That's why like when I say 10 years, it's not a matter of like the sentence being 10 years. It's a matter of just like, if Karmelo would have just said like, I fucked up. I'm sorry for swearing on your channel, DA.
That's fine.
If Karmelo would have just said, I fucked up, I think that is really what everyone wanted to hear.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like this.
Yeah, sympathy.
Yeah, I mean, for me, this case wasn't like. I think Karmelo wasn't. He didn't intend to kill. I think he was being a hot-headed kid, right? I think
Yeah.
that's where you could see that. You know, it's a little bit of difference where he wasn't being. He was a hot-headed kid, right? So there's a difference between you know someone wanted to murder a white person, right? Just like I just showed you. I don't know if you saw it, right? The Belfast murder thing, right? Attempted thing.
Yeah.
The black guy, right, Sudanese, whatever. He literally wanted to kill, right? He was out to kill this guy. So there's a difference, right? You can see the intent. You can feel the differences. Okay. This kid was being hot-headed. He was a hot-headed kid. He should have left. He didn't leave. He got an attitude. The white kid pretty much, I think, again, you know, he think he's tough, you know, insulting him, or he like what this guy said, right? Oh, this guy pretty much show you the emotion of this hot-headed kid. I want to let you guys hear this again.
That kid didn't own the tent. I don't know who told him he owned the tent, but he didn't own it. And that's the issue that a lot of black people, especially in this society, have issues with white people, because white people walk around thinking they own every fucking thing. They think they're in charge of everywhere, every person. They feel like they have the right to do what they will.
That's the overgeneralization.
So this is the mindset I'm talking about, right? I'm quite sure this kid had that mindset. It was like, what's this white boy telling me what to do, right? How can you tell me what to do, right? So it's an attitude. It's this mindset, like, oh, you can't tell me what to do, right? And
I want to say this too. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
But I think it was very stupid to go out there and protest. I think that kind of made it worse.
I agree.
think he would have got less. Like, realistically, he would have got less time. Even if I didn't want that, he probably would have gotten less time if they hadn't been out there protesting.
Yeah, I agree with
like
I like, that's what I'm like trying to say is like, the public, the advocacy and all that, like, it's okay to just say, like, if you would ask me, DA, do I think what Derek Chauvin did was good? I would say no. Derek Chauvin was white. If you would ask me, did what Timothy McVeigh did was good, I would say no. There just seems to be this thing where like no one is willing to say our side did something bad. Period.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. It's a fact.
Yeah, I agree. King Grooves, what is up? What's your thoughts? If you're muted, so I mean, oh wait, I guess you're not there. Whatever. All right. I guess he's okay for whatever.
Because DA, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you how I knew this situation was serious.
Go for it.
When the Latinos and the Asians said, we're going to sit this one out. I know that sounds funny, but like when the Latinos and the Asians like don't pick a side, that's the one when you know shit's serious.
I think people are tired of this, right? People are tired of this.
Yeah.
I've said this before, right? I think this is this. I don't know, but we're kind of talking about this. This is the path we might be heading down to, right? Where it might be a symbolic civil war between black people and white people, and I think that's not a good thing. I think it's really a not good thing where it seems like we might go down a symbolic civil war. King Groove, are you able to talk?
What's up, brother?
What's up? What's up? What's your thoughts?
Hey, chilling, man. Well, you know what I'm saying, brother? I'm local. I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, man. So, you know, I got a little insight on it. Plus,
Hey,
Karmelo from the what up?
H-Town represent.
All day long. But you know what I'm saying? Like, my cousin is from where Karmelo Anthony is from. He's not from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Feel me? He's from Baton Rouge. He's from Northside Baton Rouge. He's from a very, you know what I'm talking about, rough ass ghetto where there's a lot of poverty, crime, kind of near where NBA Youngboy is from. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. He's from where I'm from.
Yeah,
See what
yeah.
I mean?
I know the area you're talking about.
But there it is then. Yeah, because my cousin is you know, he's from Gardere. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, oh dude, yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah, I'm from South.
Exactly. So, you know, I got homies in Sherwood. I used to go out there and, you know what I'm saying, hustle pit bull puppies and whatever else back in the day. So I know a little bit.
I went to Baltimore.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Frisco, Texas is an area where I had wanted to like retire to when I got to be older or something. It's a place where it really don't matter what color you are. It's more about classism and people knowing how to act. But what that little dude did, you know what I'm saying, really messed up the rotation for a lot of decent minorities who live out there or who want to live out there, because now they're going to be looking at you.
I don't think it's going to be like that though.
Bad connection. He's out again.
Oh, okay.
But here's the thing where we're kind of talking about it, right? I mean, I think these hostilities towards each other, right? Black and white shit. We just need more of this, right? I mean, I'm not saying we need more of this, but if more of this happens, it's only going to lead to something really bad, right? Where we are more at each other's throat, right? Because already I think black people are hating white people more than ever before. And I think white people are taking it, but I think they can only take it for a certain amount of time.
Well,
I mean, there's.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Well, I was gonna say, I mean, there's a lot of fact to what you mentioned, you know, but I think there's a part of the, I guess, white community.
Wait,
they call
wait,
themselves.
what's up, King? Are you good?
Yeah, what up? Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll let you finish.
I'm just saying, bro, like you know, I moved up here with my old man, you know, for to try to help out family that was ill. Plus I was on my ass and homeless, you feel me? So I came up here and going to places like Frisco, really any city in Collin County. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like Steve Harvey had a house out there. Shaq recently bought a home in that area. A lot of retired NFL stars and other people, bro. I have never experienced any kind of racism out there at the hands of Caucasians. Now, Indians, that's another story.
Dude, I know you're from Texas then.
Come on, man.
I'm from Houston, man. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Hey, bro, that's how you learn. If you see a person that looks like kind of white looking but still kind of brown, you're going to learn real quick, are they Indian or are they Arab based on how they treat you? Oh, yeah.
That's
now,
yeah, my cousin stays in Austin.
No, but like, DA, this is what, like, I hope to, like, you were gracious enough to let me on your platform, and you have let me say this before. I'm trying to stop white boys from going to that level.
Yeah.
Of that, like, you've heard me say this 1,000 times, so I'm not going to say it again, but like, I can only do so much I need some like backup in the black community to say like, hey, like we're not all like that.
No, no. This is something that I've been wanting to. This is something that I'm trying to push. Is that people got to understand, right? Black, white, Asian, it don't matter. We're all humans. There are bad people in every group, right? We need to stop thinking that one bad person or a couple bad person or thousands or even millions of bad people. It don't mean that every person in that group is bad, right? We need to stop thinking about that, and that's our problem.
Or even
there's a. I mean, I didn't mean to cut you off. Rain.
Go ahead, man. Go.
There's a part of the white community that I guess a lot of people don't really talk about. I guess it's more. I don't want to say fearmonger, but it's they call themselves the white nationalists. And I was in a panel, I think last weekend with these guys, and they want. I mean, they want to. They like pushing this. It's ridiculous. They're pushing like total remigration of all non-whites in the country. It's like 150 million people. And I told the guy, like, you know how impractical that is? He's like, oh no, it's not. We can do it. And I'm like, bro, you're just fighting a fight that just makes no sense. That will literally destroy the country.
No, yeah, the extremist of any group is terrible.
Yeah, and
like any mass remigration like that will destroy the country. It's gonna 47% of the workforce is non-white. Now you can't replace that with more white.
Yeah, and
it's impossible.
And self-made, like that's exactly what like I've been trying to like preach when like I'm allowed on the platforms like DAs. It's like y'all don't know what's behind me. Like I am the like I hate to quote Donald Trump, but like the white nationalists are after the people behind me. I'm trying to be the wall that keeps people from them. And so what I'm trying to say is like kind of take some white, and I'm not saying you in particular, but like take some of these white people's concerns seriously so we can make a better resolution for the future. Because right now, King, DA, and myself are a black man, an Asian man, and a white man on a panel just shooting the shit. Why is that so? This conversation shouldn't be so controversial that DA got demonetized.
That's the thing. Where I grew up. I don't know about you guys. I mean, I'm a 80s and 90s baby. I grew up during the time where I had white friends, black friends, a little bit. I had less Asian friends. Right?
How old are you?
I'm 42. Right?
You know what?
Yeah, I'm old.
I'm 37.
Man, I thought you were like 20, bro.
Oh, God, stop it.
What the hell? I'm over here thinking you might be here.
Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind.
Like, what?
You're too kind.
What, bro? I literally said that. I'm like, this guy is like 22.
Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind.
Bro, what are you doing? You need to tell me the secret.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying, right? I love America because of its diversity, right? I love America because of its diversity.
That's why people come.
You're not going to find anywhere on this earth that is as truly as diverse as America. That is why I love America, right?
No.
Why I love America.
DA, let me push back on that.
Go for it.
England is as diverse as America, but America has this thing where you come here and you either become American or you get the fuck out.
You said that's America.
Here's my kind of pushback on that diversity, right? Because in my opinion, England does not allow diversity of thought, right? Right now, England is very liberal-minded, right? I think 100% of its power is, or 90%, very like majority of it is very one-minded, right? They're very liberal. So the country is very liberal. So, so I don't think that they have diversity of thought, right? And if you do, you'll be arrested, right? So they don't even allow for diversity of thought. So I say diversity in so many different ways, right? It's religion, it's culture, it's mindset, it's race, it's so much, right? So that's why I still love America.
Yeah, I agree. I think I haven't been. I mean, I've been to the UK. I've been to London, and there's no Chinatown out there. There's no spot for like Mexicans and blacks, and it's not really as diverse as people think it is. Especially if you actually go and visit there, it's not the same as the United States. It's not.
Yeah.
That's why people don't want to go there. People come here.
Yeah, I mean, like I think America's like top 3, top 5.
People break laws to trying to come in here.
Yeah. So I love America. I will always love America, and that's why I want us to, be understanding. Just like Real Rain said, right? There are some concerns with white people, but it's just, I think one of the things that I can agree on is just be good citizens. Love America. Love your country. Right? This is the problem I find, right? Where even if you hate Trump, you should want Trump to succeed. Because if Trump succeeds as a president, hopefully our country will succeed, right? So hypothetically, if Trump succeeded with his tariffs, that money trickles to America. If Trump succeeds with, let's say, the war in Iran, which I've said this plenty of times, I don't agree with, but if he succeeds with it, it should benefit America, right? It's not necessary. I mean, who cares if it benefits him? I care about if part of it benefits America, right? These are our leaders. Even if we hate them, we should at the very least wish that they succeed so it benefits our country.
Right. I mean, it's okay to have pushback
Yeah.
with the president. I think that's normal.
Of course.
But I mean, with like I fondly don't like Trump. I just don't like him. I don't like him at all. He's a corrupt individual. He has, in my opinion, haven't done really anything that has valued the country at all. But start a war, which still doesn't help us at all. GDP's low. We have low jobs right now. The wage gap as far as inflation goes is just not. It doesn't make sense. And under Biden, which I didn't like Biden either. Biden was he was annoying too. He was just
I mean, I don't care for any of our presidents. Right? I never care for any of our presidents. But at the end of the day, I said this all the times, right? I don't necessarily care for our presidents, but at the end of the day, hate them, like them, you should wish them to succeed. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
Right? If you wish our president to fail, then in turn, you're wishing the leader of our country to fail. You wish our country to fail. Right? You can hate them, you can like them. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't care if you're MAGA. I don't care if you are, anti-Trump. It don't really matter. You should always wish Trump to succeed. That's just how it is.
Right.
People that wish Trump to fail are the worst type of Americans, and they're not Americans in my eyes.
Yeah, I agree.
Like that's kind of like why I like coming on panels like this, because I'm really y'all don't know what's worse behind me. Patriot Front is making moves. Active clubs are becoming more prominent in every major city.
What is it? What's becoming more prominent?
They're called active clubs. They're basically
active clubs.
Yeah, active clubs. They're basically far right, extremist mini gangs.
Really?
These things are becoming more prominent, and I am trying to warn everyone that is even right leaning, take this threat seriously, because just look up Patriot Front on Instagram, and you'll see they are radicalizing young white men. And I am trying to say, young white men, do not fall for this. I feel.
Yeah, that's the white national.
Yeah. Like it's white nationalism, but it's white nationalism cloaked with like paganism, with Christianity, and all these other things.
Mhm. Yep.
And so, like, he might like do not let people fall for this shit.
I definitely will talk against extremists. I don't care for extremists. They don't improve anything.
Yeah, I don't take them serious.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't take it.
No, like that's just it. Like if you don't take them seriously,
No, yeah.
that's when it becomes something that you need to take seriously. Like do not underestimate the enemy. And I look at the enemy not just being left wing, but far right wing. I don't want any
So you saying don't?
I don't want any white boy to have like an SS tattoo because Gypsy Crusader has one.
I agree. Zyrax, what is up, my sister? What's your thoughts on the Karmelo Anthony case? Do you agree to the verdict? If you disagree, I would love to hear your opinion.
Yeah, Zyrax, come on up here. We haven't talked in a while, Zyrax.
I know you're an active mom, so I mean, but if you disagree, I would love to hear your opinion. But yeah, continue what you're saying about the far right.
Well, like with the far right, with situations like Austin Metcalf and Irina Zaruska, it's easy to get recruitment numbers up.
I mean, see, yeah, this is what I'm saying, right? I think more cases like that. Okay, then you got to come up. You got to come up then. You got to come up and talk about it, right? I would love to hear you talk. But that's what I'm saying, right? I think if more cases, like Charlie Kirk, like the Russian girl, I think it will. In a bit of time, it would increase. The like you said, the far right, the numbers of the far right, and it will eventually boil over.
Yeah, like let me just ask you something, DA and Selfmade. When was the last time y'all saw 10 in shape white guys walk into a bar?
Been a minute for me.
Imagine there's a coalition of loosely associated people that say, we are going to be in shape and we are going to walk into every bar in the city. That's a statement. And that is what these far right groups are preaching right now.
Yeah, I see what you mean. You're basically saying take them serious now, so you don't have to take them serious later, so you can be ready.
Yes, exactly that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Well, I'm going to have to hop over to my Chromebook real quick, DA.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's all good.
All right, bet. Tell Zyrax I'm going to be right back.
All right.
Oh man. Yeah, but I was debating some guys this weekend. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, tell me about it. You said that. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so they're like super, I guess, white nationalist extremists who they claim that white people built the country and anybody else that's occupying the country is either a guest or an invader. So I asked him to if he can like define what a guest is and what a invader was, and he basically said that it didn't make sense. Just it didn't make sense, right? So an invader is someone who is here forcibly trying to
take over.
Yeah, and he said that if you're not white, you're either one of those two groups, and he said
I would have said that was stupid
these guys are just ridiculous.
because white people have been invaders before. So really, what makes that different?
Exactly.
I mean, like,
And that's kind of what I pointed out, bro. I'm like, this country, like, you guys came here and stole it.
I think again, this is where I think that kind of mentality is stupid as well, right? I've said this before, right? I don't know if I don't know if you agree with me or disagree with me, but I I I'm all for this country being predominantly white, right? I mean, because being predominantly white, it became what it became. But to say that, oh, there should be no immigrants, no minorities, you're stupid, right? I think that's disgusting, because it's one of the qualities that made that made America so amazing. Okay, it is the introduction of more than just one group of people, right? I always love
Yeah,
the fact of being a melting
that's
pot.
that's because black people fought for those civil
Yeah,
rights.
and again, I've definitely plenty of times said I show my utmost respect for black ancestors, right? They paved the way
I
for
think
minorities.
yeah, and I think, and this is purely speculation, but I think if they would have never fought back, it wouldn't be as diverse as it is now. It is a speculation, of course. I can't really prove that, but I mean, we've been here. There's we've been slaves here. We've worked free labor. You know, there were Asian people here who
Yeah,
were working
yeah,
as free labor. There was Native people who were working free labor
yeah,
here. There were even white people who were, I mean, they were indentured slaves who were working free labor here. So I mean, at the end of the day, everybody played a
yeah.
role, a significant
100%.
role in building a country. It wasn't just purely it's a
100%.
white country, but I respect I guess the morality of white people in
Uh-huh,
general,
uh-huh.
because they're very systemically
Yeah.
designed, and they can create things that are systematically appropriate,
Yes. Yeah.
you know, and that's what they built in the country. And I give respect to their ancestors as well.
Yeah.
They did some great shit in the country.
Yeah.
They did.
And
You can't deny
and
it.
that's the thing where I'm only on white people's side in the sense that I think you should come into the country legally, right? But I'm not saying, oh, this, just being white is the only thing. No, just come into the country legally, right? Stand in line, wait in line. Right? I don't like line cutters, right? Wait in line, go through the process. I'm sorry, you're not. Everyone is not. The world is not fair. The world is 100% not fair.
Yeah, it's not.
So I'm sorry if
Mhm.
you don't have the money, or you don't have the opportunity, you don't have the luck. It's just, I'm sorry.
Work for it. Work for it.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's where,
And
I mean, like, again, this is where, there's right and there's far right, right? The far right is like, oh,
right.
this is kick out everyone, only a white country. No, you're too far right, right? You're stupid, you're ridiculous. But the right is that just come to the country legally. That's it, right? Go through the process,
Right.
stand in line, and we're good, right? Like, that's where I would listen to, certain white people. Just do the process. That's it. Everyone had to do the process
Right.
before you. Everyone had to stand in line, spend the money. I have plenty of family members spent thousands upon thousands of dollars, right? Waited 2-5 years, okay, to try to get here. I have some family members waited 5 years and still couldn't get in there. So really, it's like
Mhm.
why should I know people who even spent thousands, right? Literally spent thousands, waited 5 years, still couldn't get in here, and then I'm seeing people jump the wall and boom. No, stand in line, right? Do it legally. If you shit out of luck, you shit out of luck. Get back in line. That's just it.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a friend in Kafun, China, who wants to come here, and he's been denied. But he's gonna keep trying to get in. You know?
Yeah, I know plenty of people
And I
doing
get
that
it.
too.
I get
Right?
it.
Keep trying. I just, it's not that. This is the thing. That's why I hate the far left, right? The protesting shit. It's not that hard of a concept, right? I'm sorry. They get deported, they go back in line. I've even said this, like, if Asian people get deported, I'm sorry, you got caught, get back in line. Sometimes, here's the thing where this is the insanity. If you beat the system, great for you, right? I'm not gonna plenty of Americans beat the system, right? Plenty of American, go, underneath. But if you got caught, well, you got caught. I deal with the consequences. If Asian people try to beat the system, right, do shady things to get to get into America, well, okay, doesn't matter. But if they got caught, now they suffer the consequences and they got to get back in line. You crying about it just makes you seem stupid, right? That's my thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Real
Yeah, I
rain.
agree.
Zyrax, you gonna come up?
You can't hear me?
I can hear you, my brother.
All right.
Yeah, we can hear you.
No, but like that's what I'm saying is like I can only do so much in keeping the far right from coming after the mainstream. But right now, like, and DA, I'll message you on Instagram later tonight about Patriot Front because, like I know you guys are familiar with the term "the barbarians at the gate." There's a lot of barbarians at the gate in terms of the far right, and when you go down like the rabbit hole I show you, DA, you're gonna be like, damn, like we need to help this motherfucker because like I can only say like not all this is bad, not all this is bad, not all this is great, but not all this is bad. And I'm sorry, self-made. My phone died before like you were saying something, or if you don't mind repeating that.
No worries. What was it about?
You were talking about
Oh, that debate that I had with those
yeah.
guys. Yeah. These guys are just, they just. I don't want to call them stupid. I think that's mean, but they don't read, and they want to push this total remigration, people that are non-white, and they think they say white people built the country, and to me, I think it's ridiculous. It's not gonna happen. It'll destroy the country. It'll. We have the strongest dollar right now, the strongest currency in the world. Imagine if you lose that because they want to remigrate everybody else.
Well, I'm going to agree with what you're saying. Like, remigration is not possible.
No.
Like, end of story. It's just not feasibly possible.
Let's say that they do it, right? Let's say that they, in a hypothetical, that they totally remigrate people. Well, one thing's for sure is going to happen is the GDP is going to drop enormously. When the GDP drops, because trades are connected to GDP and our capital growth, we're going to lose trade. The country's going to lose trades from other countries. That's inevitably going to happen. No more trading.
Not only that, we're going to lose day-to-day living standards.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Let's get into it.
Okay, Zyrax, who did you disagree with? Me or Selfmade or DA?
No, she disagrees with Karmelo Anthony's sentencing.
Okay, go ahead.
So, what do you think? I'm gonna give you a spotlight. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts?
First, I want to say, hi to you guys. It's been a while. Rain.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
How you doing, DA? And nice to meet you. Self-made.
Likewise.
I disagree with the the sentence. I think that's far too I think that's unfair. And the fact that it was an all-white jury.
Oh, well, let me push back on you right there. It was not an all-white jury. The jury was made up of Arabics or
Hispanics and Asians and white.
Hispanics and Asians. So you can't say all white just because of whatever category the criminal justice system says. Like,
it just didn't have black people, right? So it wasn't all white, but it just didn't have black people.
You correct.
Really? Okay. What about the sentence? You think that's fair? The 35 years?
I told DA earlier I did not think I would have been happy with 10 to 15.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I would say. Yeah, I don't think he should have gotten a murder charge. I think he should have gotten manslaughter. But yeah, I think I do think he deserves to serve though. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
you're literally saying like what I told DA earlier.
well,
Yeah, I
we
don't agree
agree.
with it.
That's a good thing.
For the first time.
Yes.
Well, yeah, the level of the severity, I can understand it. But again, that's partly, in my opinion, partly due to his attorney, right? I mean, it's his job.
Yes.
It's the job of his attorney to get what they can get, right? Or get the deal that they can get. So I think that's the flaw of I guess, I mean, I don't know. That's the part of our justice system. It's I don't.
His lawyer did not serve him.
But here's the
Did
thing
not do his
also,
job, I
you
guess.
gotta think that the sad part is that his family had the money, but they spent a chunk of it on their own selves instead of paying for the best. I mean, like, I'm sorry, if I was his family, right, and I got like almost $500,000, that $500,000 would have gone straight to the best attorney in the US. I would have hired the best attorney. I would have gave him 500, all of it, to get, like, I don't know, the best possible situation, right? But sadly, his family didn't. His family was selfish.
So he had a public defender defend him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
That's what I've heard.
It wasn't classified as a public defender because of the way
They gave him a bit of money. I think they gave him a bit of money. That's why they paid him a bit.
The way things are labeled in Texas, there's not like a such thing as a public defender, but it was kind of like a court appointed.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it was a court appointed defender.
Yeah, and because Karmelo at the time of the crime was, I believe, 17. Y'all can fact check. Don't feel free to fact check me on anything. But because Karmelo was 17 at the time of the incident, he was not technically receiving the income needed to afford what would be deemed a trial worthy attorney. And
Okay, that's odd because he was able to bail out, but then he can't get I thought he was.
Well, if you look at the bail hearing stuff, the bail hearing stuff didn't happen until after the case blew up, because he was originally held on a bail of $1 million. And I'm not you're familiar with Texas law, but he would have to provided like 10% of that, so he would have had to put up at least $100,000. But then somewhere along the lines, a judge reduced his bail from $1 million to $250,000, so that made his bail $25,000. Just because of the way like the bail system works, is if DA gets arrested right now, and I were to hire a bail bondsman, I would have to pay the bail bondsman X amount of dollars to get DA out of jail. So that's
that's how it is in California too. But
okay,
I thought he was able to raise like a lot of money, and I thought he was able to afford a good lawyer to defend him.
Well, that's what a lot of people thought, and that's why they donated to his Give Send Go, because they thought the money was going towards the trial and to help Karmelo. There's going to be a lot of questions in the next 3 months about like where that money went. So I don't know if you donated to the cause, but like if you did, I would like issue a fraud alert on it with Gibson Go, not your credit card company, just because there's so many questions about what that money went to. Because as we saw, it did not go to his legal fees.
I understand. One of the things with when it comes to donating to like we, yeah, even though it says it's supposed to it's his legal fund and stuff. I mean, we don't. It's their choice, how they are going to spend that money, right? And
Yeah.
so, I mean, if they choose not to spend it on, a good lawyer, then, and they don't get the outcome they want, then like it is what it is.
But that's why
You
you also can't blame anyone, right? You can't blame, you can't blame necessarily the justice system, because we all know if you have the money, you can get people out, right? If you have the money, a lot of cases, you can get people out. So,
So Zyrax, what do you think would have been like? I know me and you are kind of agreeing on the 10-year maximum. Would it? Because to me and like the people I'm talking to DA and Selfmade about, like all they kind of want is an admission of guilt. Like, yo, I messed up.
I want his ass to be in jail for life. I'm hard. I don't tolerate shit like that. You kill somebody, you need to be in prison for life. Simple as that.
Understandable.
I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this killing shit. Shit's getting old.
I definitely agree.
Sorry for
But you know what? Let's because we didn't get to talk about this. Zyrax, do you know what are your thoughts on the Rick Chow and the Zyrus thing?
Okay.
We didn't get to talk about this, right?
Yes, we can. We're gonna have to, I don't know much about that case. All I know is that yeah, he killed a boy. The little boy was not little. I shouldn't say little boy. It's a teenager, right?
14-year-old.
Yeah. Okay. He took off with like a water bottle, and he
He didn't steal.
I'm sorry.
He didn't steal anything.
He didn't steal anything.
They assumed he did. They assumed he did, and he ran off. They chased after him.
Okay, that's not good then. Yeah. Did I heard that like that the 14-year-old had a weapon. Is that correct or no?
He did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he did.
That's why the Rick Chow, the Asian guy, was able to get off with a self-defense. Self-defense. Whatchamacallit? Verdict.
Yeah, and
just like I said with the Karmelo thing, the problem with the Karmelo thing is that he shouldn't have a knife. He shouldn't have a weapon. I'm sorry. It's like if you have a problem, fight with your bare fists. I'm so sorry. All right, use your fists. If you have a problem, use your fists. If the 14-year-old boy didn't have a gun, I think 80 to 90%, Rick Chow would have been, he would have had prison time, right? Because he wouldn't have gotten off with a self-defense case when the little boy didn't have a gun at all, right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But,
and before you say anything, Zyrax, I really do think Rick Chow should be in prison. I think like
he should serve something.
We have something called overzealous DAs, and my main point is Daniel Penny. Daniel Penny, all he did was protect people on a subway, and he got tried.
Was he said guilty?
No, he was found innocent, but he was still tried, and that cost a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, Zyrax, like, at what point do we say, like, because Austin Metcalf, in my opinion, he was just trying to be like, he was just like a dude trying to say like, hey man, you're not supposed to be here. Like, can you just like hit the road, and, like, so I don't have to deal with this bull crap? And Daniel Penny was kind of in a similar situation. So, what is the leftist mentality? How do we handle these situations?
See, this is where like it has to be, on a case by case, basis, right? With the Karmelo, I don't see why Austin felt the need to check him. It's public. It was raining, so like if he's not doing anything, if he's just staying underneath, trying to keep himself from getting wet, and he's not moving or whatever. I mean, just keep your eye on this person. But did you really need to go up to him and check him? And Carmelo did say, don't touch me,
Uh-huh.
and he continued to touch. It's like just keep your hands to yourself. And I think if Austin, I mean, rest in peace, if he didn't, touch him, then I think it would have been okay. I think, if they left him alone, they, we wouldn't be here, right, having this conversation.
I
So
was
sometimes leave people alone.
I was wondering
Can I push?
about that.
Can I push back on that for 1 second?
Yes, of course.
Okay, I'm sorry sorry for whoever interrupted. I think Karmelo was looking for a confrontation.
Your connection is weird. Your connection is weird.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
I think even if Austin did that, we would still be with Karmelo being in trial. I think Karmelo was looking for an altercation.
You're assuming attention. You're
That's what I
assuming.
said. That's what I
Okay.
said. I literally said that.
But see, isn't that the problem though? Because you're
Well,
assuming that he's,
Zyrex,
he's gonna do
I do want
something.
you
You
to.
don't know.
But Zyrex, I do want you to know that the tent did belong to his team, right? So Austin, the white boy, that was his team's tent, right? It wasn't Anthony's Carmelo's tent. He didn't belong there, right? He wasn't supposed to be there. So there's really we haven't determined the reason, right? The exact reason why he was in that tent. They said that it was raining, right? And they said that he did go into the tent. It wasn't his tent. There was no reason for him to, no real reason for him to be under that tent because it wasn't his team's tent. It was the white boys' tent, right? It was the white boys' team's tent. So that is the fact of it, where it wasn't, it was the white boys' team's tent.
No,
But
I understand that, but then I think they were. I think Austin. They were too hasty. In that they wanted to check him right away. Like you have to understand, it was raining. Maybe he was just trying to keep himself from from getting wet. If he's like if he runs underneath and trying to hide under, like say, yeah, he's trying to hide underneath the tent, right, and he's just standing there. I don't think you should check it. But then if he keeps like turning around, looking at you, like acting weird, then I think it's okay for you to like ask him, hey, what are you doing? This is our tent. I think it's okay to ask. But it's like, how did it go from like, did Austin, did they ask him, oh, are you lost? You need help? Whatever. No, I think they went straight into, oh, get out of here, try to check him and touched him. And then Carmelo said, don't touch me or else. And that's what happened. And he touched him again. And then that's what happened.
Cyrex, so black people cannot be touched? Is that what you're saying?
No, it's not. He gave a warning though. He said, don't touch me or else.
Or else. That's a threat.
Well, you're
Not a
supposed to keep your
warning.
hands to yourself. Like, why are you touching?
So Zyrex, I don't want to. I just kind of want to follow up on you said.
Okay.
So, do you think Kyle Rittenhouse was innocent? Because you're describing what Kyle Rittenhouse went through.
Which one is that? The one that
Kenosha. So is self-defense? Is self-defense basically? If you lay hands on me, I have the right to end your life, in your opinion? Or is it self-defense is I am in danger and I have the right to preserve my life? Because if you saying what Karmelo did was right, where you're
No, I'm not saying what he
essentially
did is right because it's not to me. That's why, like I said, I think he should he does deserves time because it's not proportionate. You know, just because I touch you, that doesn't mean give you the right to like stab me. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be a proportionate. Like like I shove you, you shove me. It's like, oh, okay, you know, I kick you, you kick me. Just because I step on your toe by accident gives you a right to, you know, then kick me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not right. It has to be, you know.
But do you understand how, like, what you just said with Austin Metcalf touching him makes it seem like you're condoning what happened? Do you understand? Like, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying, like, do you not see, like, the paradox that you're in where it's
No, I
Austin?
said it. I get what you're trying to say, Ray. I get what you're trying to say, Ray, and I get that, you know, it may come across that way. I'm not definitely not condoning. That's what, like I said, you know, I just said it has to be like proportionate. You know, just because a person goes, you know, again, you know, don't touch me. It gives them, and then the person touch you. It gives you the right to stab them. Like no, you know, again, it has to be proportionate. But it's. I'm just saying, you know, that like when a person goes, you know, don't touch me, like, yeah, don't touch them because you don't know how they're going to react. I'm just saying that just to, you know, like just as a precaution, you know, just to save yourself. Like why, if a person go, better not touch me, well, like, why would you then try to touch that person?
Well, just hot-headed kids being hot-headed kids.
I get that, you know, and then that's why you can lose your life, you know.
You shouldn't do it. I'm
I
sorry.
know.
You
Exactly.
shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't
But
be.
people do it, you know, because you can't tell how you can't tell people how to react. You know what I'm saying?
But this is my thing is that we gotta understand, right? These are still kids, so I have a problem with how I'm gonna be critical, right? I'm gonna be critical with any community, but I'm gonna be critical with particularly the Black community. They are quick to violence, right? Because how dare you touch me? It's like I will say this for any community. I'll say that that's not the Asian mentality, right? That's not the Asian community mentality. Right? They don't go straight to like, oh, I'm gonna be violent to you, right? In general, I'm not saying specific, yes, but I'm saying in general, violence is not the first answer, right? I wish more communities we teach each other just walk away, right? I mean, Karmelo had opportunities to walk away. He just because again, like I said, high-headed kids being high-headed kids, they think that, oh, how dare you tell me what to do? You better not tell me what to do. And then, well, you get attitude, you're gonna get you give that kind of energy, you're gonna get that energy back. White boy said, "Oh, I'm gonna tell you what to do. You better get out. You better get out," and then push him. It's like, again, that's the thing where I find it's like, you know,
Yeah, but then what gives you the right to tell me what to do, though?
Well,
again, it's kind of like implied, right? You weren't supposed to be in that area. That's what gives them the right to do, right?
Well,
But that's also the mental, right? It's like what gives you the right? What gives you the right? It's like stop it, right? Right? I was like, if you want to de-escalate, I would say fine, fuck it, I'll leave.
I know that's why you should always be, you know, you should always be, you know, courteous and just, you know, if this, like I said, a person comes and try to hide, like, you know, it's raining, try to hide underneath your, you know, your tent or whatever. Like you could just ask, like, hey, what's up? You know, are you okay? You know, do you need help? Are you lost? Like, what are you doing here? But instead, you know, he Austin approached him with aggression.
Well, I mean, Zyrex, as well, I'm gonna say this, right? As Asian people, I mean, come on, we both know that even if we get attitude, I mean, it takes us a bit more. Even if we get attitude, we'll still walk away, right? We'll still not, but unless it's like aggressive, nonstop attitude, then we do something. But I mean, again, even if he got attitude, he should have walked away, right? It's that low, it's that what is it? That it's like quick, it's that, you know, low, just a very low threshold, you know. And I think that's a terrible mindset we are instilling into our kids and our community.
Is anyone here wondering what kind of knife he used?
I think it was switchblade, or I
It
think
was a pocket knife.
Gerber. Yeah,
do you want to see some examples?
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, this is a Kershaw leak. It's assisted opening. It's not a switchblade. There's a thumb stud up here.
Yeah.
Right. And then there's also a thumb stud on the side here. You can flip it open. This, and then I'll give you. I got some knives here to show you. These are all legal. This is a Spyderco paramilitary. You flip
Yeah,
it
I mean, I
open.
think Karmelo's knife was legal, right? It wasn't.
Yeah, they're all legal.
Yeah, the knife he used was legal, but
this
I mean,
this one's pretty big. You know, I was wondering. I hope it's a Benchmade that he was using.
Yeah.
But
Real Ray, what do you want to say?
It was probably a cheap. It was probably a knife from China.
Well, Zyrax, did you and I know you're a busy mom. Have you looked into like the trial testimonies or anything? Because a lot of people that testified, even on the defense side, said, like, yeah, Karmelo was asked to move like 15 to 20 times. Like, it wasn't what you're like thinking it was, where some dude just came up like, I didn't come up to DA and say, DA, you have to move. And I put my hand on his shoulder, pushed him, and DA stabbed me. It was like Austin Metcalf literally said, like, I'm not going to fight you at a track meet.
Why would he say that? Like, I'm not gonna fight you at a track meet.
Because he didn't want to fight him at a track meet. Like, I don't want to fight DA. If me and DA are at a jiu-jitsu club and like me and DA have some beef, like, I'm not going to want to fight DA. I'm just going to be like, hey, we'll take it out on the mat. Or... I'm sorry?
Do they have history?
No, they didn't.
Again, I think it was attitude and energy, right? He was in a tent that they didn't want him to be in, so he gave them attitude. How dare, just like you said, how dare you tell me what to do? All right, so I guess you tell him what to do. Well, I don't want to fight you. Well, I will just leave. Well, how dare you tell me what to do? I'm not going to leave. All right, that's the energy, right? How dare you tell me what to do? Right? I'm not gonna do what you tell me to do. I'm not going to leave. And
I get that, but at the same time, like, did Karmelo, pose like a threat, just because it was raining and he went in there, like, underneath the tent. Like, did he pose a threat?
Well, like, the term threat is so subjective because, like, if me and DA and you are at a jiu-jitsu open mat and our bags are together, like, let's just say, like, you have your workout bag, DA has his workout bag, I have my workout bag, and all of our bags are together, and I see someone, like, lurking around our bags together, hell yeah, I'm going to think he's a threat to our bags. Because, like, even though you might not think it, but, like, my credit card, my debit card has a lot of information on it that can be used against me. Your credit card, the same. DA's credit card. So, like, when you say the term threat, like, yeah, it might not be a physical threat, but there is a threat to my belongings. There's a threat to my livelihood that needs to be taken into account, especially if I have my cell phone.
And again, yes, I understand. That's why you have to assess, what's like you have. I'm sorry, what?
Assess the situation.
Well, yes, and I don't think, I guess
So
I don't really know. I don't really know the exact exchange that went on between, like how it escalated so quick to, oh, don't touch me or else, and he touched and then he gets stabbed just like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, because they on like the bleachers, like how did he like see, I don't know any of that, so I can't really say.
And that's why, like I mentioned earlier, the DA and Self-Made, like, if Karmelo would have testified and given us his mindset, and even DA and Self-Made heard me say, like, I'm cool with Karmelo getting 10 to 15 years. But he had to admit that he did something wrong. and it kind of seems like you're trying to justify what he did. I
No,
know
you
you're
think?
not. I know you're not necessarily like intentionally
Yes,
trying.
I'm not justified. I said he killed somebody. So yes, he did. Yeah, he should serve some time.
Okay, so like, how would
But
I know you? I
but
know you have.
I don't think it was. My thing is, did he, was it, did he intend on going there to, to kill, Austin? And my answer is no.
Well,
That's
my
why I think
answer.
he should get manslaughter.
My answer to that is I think he went there. He didn't necessarily go there to kill somebody. In my opinion, I'm just speculating. He went there to harm somebody. That's my speculation. I think he
Okay,
went
what
there.
makes you think that? What gives, yeah, what makes you think that he went there to harm somebody?
He brought a knife there. He provoked an incident.
Did he provoke, or they provoked him first?
Again,
See?
if no,
You're
because
assuming. You see, I think you're assuming that he went there to,
yes,
and
I've been
that's
assuming.
why
I've
I
been
asked if there's
assuming.
history, because like
Zyrex, I've
it
been
doesn't make sense
assuming.
that a high schooler just goes, is trying to harm somebody. Because usually when you harm someone, it's like you have to sort of like know 'em, or
Zyrex,
uh-huh.
Zyrex. That's what we've been speculating this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, based on the evidence I have,
Mm-hmm.
if I was in Karmelo's shoes, I'm not talking from the victim's shoes. I'm talking, I bring a knife to school. I go to a place I know I'm not supposed to be at, and then I intentionally like start talking shit to somebody. I can only assume in my own point of view, I'm going there to inflict some damage. Again, yes, you're right. I don't know what Karmelo was thinking. And guess what? Neither will you, because he didn't testify.
So are
Here's
you
the problem that he brought a
saying that
knife.
anybody that carries a knife, that means that they're,
No.
okay.
Anyone who carries a knife to school,
Potentiality. Potential. It's the potential.
I carry a knife for work. But
Okay.
guess what? I make sure I take my knife out when I go to the bank.
To what? To protect yourself, right?
To
For
protect
protection.
myself,
Yes.
to give the bank teller and a certain level of security, to where a bank teller sees me walking into the bank with a K-bar, she's gonna be like, "Oh my god, this guy's coming in here with a K-bar." But if I take it out, she's gonna be like, "Oh, okay, this guy just has a knife unholstered."
Fixed blade. K-bar fixed blade?
Yeah.
No.
So what I'm saying, and Zyrax, like DA can tell you, like me and him had this conversation. My issue isn't necessarily with what Karmelo did. It's with the public reaction to what he did, was where people were justifying what he did and saying, "Oh, touch a motherfucker, find out." That mentality is what led us to this position.
But
Yeah,
then,
I don't. I gotta say that I'm not a fan of your mentality, Zyrax. With what you just said, how you know, it's I think it's aggressive mentality, and it's a mentality that will only lead to the violence, right? It's like, oh, how you dare you tell me what to do, or who are you to tell me what to do, or all this. I think that's unproductive, right? For me, like, I definitely do teach my kids to defend themselves, but I will always teach my kid to walk away first, right? I mean, like, I don't care if someone says, "Oh, you got to leave. How dare you be?" So okay, fine, fuck it. It's not worth it. Again, for me, it's like I've said this before, right? I don't go out, right? I don't go out because honestly, people are getting stabbed, people are getting shot. So I don't want to interact with people, right? Because I'm not looking to get stabbed. Sadly, that's what happened to that boy, right? Interacting with people got him stabbed. There was a time and there was a a time and place where, you know what, if you had an attitude with each other, it's a fist fight. But now it's not going to fist fight. Someone's going to get stabbed or shot. So I'd rather teach my kids to just walk away.
Yes. Same here.
This knife right here is made out of, the blade is made out of tiger tank barrels. It's in Damascus. It's like a Damascus steel made out of, the blade is made of tiger tank barrels. It's Boker.
Yeah, and that's another thing that like might have been brought up in trial. I don't know. I haven't read the transcripts in full yet. But you know how much force it takes to stab someone in the heart?
Yeah, I think he got very unlucky because it takes a lot to kill someone with a knife.
Especially in the heart.
Yeah,
it was the angle, right? It was because of the angle,
right?
It was because the angle he stabbed him.
It's not only the angle; it's the force.
Right, but what the defense should have argued is that he didn't mean to kill him, because he just got lucky or unlucky that he hit he went between the ribs and got the heart. Because it's really hard to kill someone with a knife. So I'm always thinking, I don't like guns, but I have a lot of knives, and I'm thinking, geez, if someone came into my house, I have my knives, but there'd be blood everywhere. But this incident proved that, man, if you're lucky, you can just kill someone right away.
Which is why I think it was I don't think he intended to, hit him in the heart, but he did, you know.
That's what the defense should have argued. They should have said, they should have been honest and said, yeah, he wanted to stab him, but he didn't want to kill him. He got unlucky because he went through the ribs and got the heart.
Yeah,
depending on how.
And that's what I was saying. Like, I don't think he meant to kill anybody that day. I think he meant to do harm. I don't think he meant to kill anybody. That's why I'm like, if Karmelo would have taken a plea deal, 10 years in prison, I think me and a lot of white boys would be like, okay, it's not what we wanted, but that's justice.
Now I'm kind of, Karmelo doing that is, I'm thinking my defense of my house using knives is a good defense, but I don't think it is though. I mean, I got a lot of knives like planted all over the place, but I still think it'd be really tough to kill someone, an intruder in your house with a knife.
Did they ever did they figure out why Karmelo was there in the first place?
He didn't testify. That's kind of like what me and DA have been talking about. Is like, we don't know his mindset, and because we don't know
nobody
his
knows
mindset,
why he went there and nobody knows why he went there in the first place.
Well, he was on the track team, wasn't he?
No,
he was suspended.
Yeah,
but he had friends on the track team. Maybe just like wanted to go to the track meet.
So he had a reason. He had a reason to go there then.
Okay, but like that's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't testify, so anything we say is just speculation.
We don't know his heart.
No one knows why he was there, except him. That's
why
I think.
Yeah, and why he went in that tent. I mean, it's just like, why do you have to go in the tent? I mean, just to provoke some. I don't know. It's crazy.
Like Zyrax, I understand. Like, you're not like necessarily his lawyer, but like these questions are like serious questions. Like, like you can say like Austin didn't need to touch him. Austin didn't need to do this. Austin didn't need to do that. Like, My only question is like, why was Karmelo there? Why did he feel like the need to stab? Why did he feel the need to do this? Like, why? There's so many questions that are left unanswered and are probably going to remain unanswered if we're being honest.
Yes, yes, and I understand where you're coming from, but then at the same time, I feel like you're not, extending that grace to, because you're saying that I'm not extending the grace, to Austin, but then I
I
could
didn't
say
say
the
that
same
at
thing to
all.
you though, because in a way you're assuming that because to me it sounds like you're saying that he went there, to inflict harm, that he wanted to provoke somebody, and Austin just happened to, he took the bait, and
Well,
unfortunately he lost his life.
I'm
That's the
not just
question.
assuming it because of no reason. Those were the witness statements and trial.
From, you know,
The
from
trial.
I know, but then those witness, are they the same people that were, um in the tent? Are they,
Yes.
Carmelo's
Yes.
people?
One of Carmelo's people said the same thing. One of his witnesses said the same thing.
I think one of
So
his witnesses said that he also urged Karmelo to leave. All right, I think so, and Karmelo still didn't want to leave. I mean, I wish I knew why he would. I mean,
Right.
it's unclear why he didn't want to leave.
Yeah,
Right?
that's the question.
I think that's
Yeah,
weird. Why he didn't want to leave.
yeah, Zyrex, like you're
So I
acting like I'm
yeah, he would
like
have left. Like, if I, because it's raining again, and I went, I was trying to, I don't want to get wet. So, I see a tent, I'm going to go underneath it. But if I see there's people there looking at me and they're like, get out, I was like, okay, fine. I would have left.
Right.
I would stay under, stay. I'm not going to stay where I'm like not wanted.
Yeah,
and that's
so
what we're
I don't
all
know what
like. You're literally like saying what we're all thinking. But like you're doing it from the position, and that's what makes it seem like you're justifying the actions. Where you're saying like, I understand the situation, but like I don't understand why they told him to move. Where it's just like, yo, like if you're asked to leave a bar, just leave the bar.
I know, right? But then some people, for some reason, they feel like, they feel whether it's entitled to, to be there because they feel like they didn't do anything for them to be kicked out. You don't, you don't think that's a good enough reason too? Like if I'm just, I'm in bar, I'm not doing anything, and someone goes, hey, get out. I'm like, I would have been like, like, well, first of all, like, what, like, who are you? Are you the manager? Like, why do I need to get out? Did I do something? Because in a way, that's discrimination. Like, why are you kicking me out when I didn't do anything?
No. If someone who owns a property says, get out, get out.
No, but here's the thing.
Don't sass them.
See, but I love what Zyrex was talking about, right? This is the problem, right? I found where, Karmelo Anthony, where I find it stupid, right? It's everything. It's always discrimination. I hated that it's about race. When, in my opinion, right, I'm just seeing that as, let's say, it's two different teams. It is kids being hot-headed, right? I mean, like, usually, if you see someone who you don't know in your own area, I would think they would still give the same energy if it was another white boy, right? Another white boy that shouldn't be there.
I don't
That
think
they
so.
really shouldn't be. We've seen it. I mean, I've seen. I don't know about you. I've been to school. I've seen plenty of white boys pick on other white boys. Right? I've seen plenty
Not
of white
saying that
boys.
don't happen though, but I don't
But
think that if it was
I've seen jocks pick on other people. I've seen them do that. Right? It's like that's why you can't say that.
You don't
for
think
certain.
you don't think white people pick on other white people?
No, I didn't say that. I said, of course they do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's the thing where I hate this idea that it goes straight to race, where I just think kids are being hot-headed kids. All right. I mean, we have no reason. We have no, actual proof that it is based on race. Where, okay, this white kid sees a black kid and then got mad. We have no proof that if he saw a white kid, he wouldn't have done the same thing. Say, get out of my tent.
No, I think
Get
they would
out.
have offered him more grace. They would have given, grace and asked questions. But then because it's a black, you don't think they automatically see him as an opposition or
Zyrex,
a threat.
That's not true.
Yeah,
Zyrex,
you don't want to, you want to be in denial. Go ahead.
Zyrex, do you understand? Like, you're doing the same thing that you're accusing me of doing, and assuming intent and motive and all that.
No. Well, so okay, so if I'm not, so it's okay for you to do it, but then it's not okay for me.
I didn't say it was. I didn't do it.
But if you call him out for it, I'm surprising you would do it.
Yeah,
No.
that's like
Well,
you called me.
it's because I'm doing it because
No, you said like I'm assuming Karmelo's motive, even though I said I was assuming his motive, and then now you're assuming the jurors, the judges, the Austins, like you're assuming like all the things that you're telling me I shouldn't assume. So what's the standard that we're living by?
I mean, are you talking about like how we should conduct ourselves? Like, what do you do when some,
Don't skate. Like, what's the standard of what happened is bad and what happened was good?
Well, see that it's objective, right? What's good to me may not be good to you, especially when we get into the nitty gritty, right? It's not black and white. It's always,
Yes, life's 50 Shades
there's
of Grey.
always a lot of factors in, there's a lot of factors that we have to consider. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So, with what you just said, do you hold now the same standards for Karmelo that you held for Kyle Rittenhouse?
I think she barely knows the guy, so it's hard to say for her.
I think she knows. Everyone knows who Kyle Rittenhouse is.
I don't know. It depends exactly what you're asking me when it comes to Kyle Rittenhouse. Like, do I feel like he
was Kyle Rittenhouse
guilty?
what Kyle Rittenhouse did, was that self-defense? In your opinion?
Yes.
Okay.
Because they were coming after him with a skateboard or something, or like they were gonna hit him.
And there was 3 different people, right?
Yes.
So you're willing to hold the same standard across Kyle Rittenhouse that you do to Mello. Respectable. I actually applaud you for doing that because not a lot of left-leaning people would do that. But do you understand how a lot of left-leaning people said what Kyle Rittenhouse did was not self-defense and were more than willing to let that kid rot in prison for being attacked, which you just described, right? So now that we're putting the same standard on Carmelo Anthony and we're saying, hey, this situation has more gray area than the Kyle Rittenhouse situation and more gray area that we have less public information about. We don't have any of the footage of the stabbing. We don't have any of the jury information. You have to file a Freedom of Information Act to get some of these things. So do you understand, like, yes, the cases are similar, but the way they are being treated in not only the media, but in the courts are different, which is leading to people saying, like, hey, this situation is kind of a little effed up.
Think about the Kyle Rittenhouse cases that the mainstream media was at first said that Rittenhouse killed a black dude.
Yes.
And then it turns out the guy was white.
Yes.
They're all white dudes.
They were all white guys.
Yeah, so Kyle Rittenhouse killed white people, but they originally said Kyle Rittenhouse killed black people. So all the black, the black media became all upset with Kyle Rittenhouse because he killed a black person. And then, they were all championing him going to jail. And then they
Lane,
just ignored that he killed white people.
do you know about? Have you heard of the Ahmaud Arbery case in Georgia?
Yes.
Okay, what do you what's your thoughts? Your opinion on that? Do you think
The killers were found guilty, and they should have been.
Do you think they should have chased after him?
No, I just said I think they were found guilty, and they should have been.
Okay. Okay. Like to me, like with the Kyle Rittenhouse, from what I can remember, like he went there purposely to
Okay, so you're assuming motive.
You don't think that was the case?
I do not.
Don't they have like that's why his parents, his mom like took them, like they went to go pick up guns because they wanted to go and because there was a protest going on, right?
No, that's not even what happened. Like,
and he was trying to defend,
no, Zyra,
or whatever.
Zyra,
Okay, then maybe I got them wrong. Then maybe I'm misinformed. Then I'm
I really
misinformed.
because what happened was Kyle Rittenhouse's dad lived about 15 minutes away from Kenosha. His buddy's father owned a car lot, and they just said like, hey, like there's riots happening today because of one of the police shootings. I need some help. Kyle Rittenhouse didn't cross state lines with a weapon. He just went there. His buddy gave him a gun, and he was just like there, just trying to help protect his buddy's dad's car lot. That was it. But you're more informed on more. It just seems like if it's a left-leaning person, you're willing to give them some grace, or a perceived left-leaning person, you're giving them grace. A perceived right-leaning person, you're not giving the same grace. And that's kind of the hypocrisy that makes people radicalize on the right.
No, I agree.
How should I say this? I understand. With me personally, of course, I'm always I'm open to, I'm not afraid to admit that I may be ignorant, when it comes to certain cases and stuff, and so I'm always open to information. So if you're telling me that's what happened, then yeah, I will take you at your word, and yeah, I don't have a problem with changing, changing my mind,
Well, no, well, that's kind of the thing. It's not a matter of you being willing to change your mind. It's a matter of what makes people on the right radicalized is the inability to apply the same standard across the board.
Yeah, because you give them more the benefit of doubt. Because again, I see that you perceive racism,
but I don't see how you guys don't see it the other way around. Like how
there's no proof of it.
What do you mean there's no proof?
Where's the proof that he got that treatment because he was black? There's really no proof. Just because one is a white person, one is a black person, doesn't automatically mean that automatically white people will be racist towards black people. Plenty of white people will be just jerks. They're just a jerk.
Yeah,
right?
it's
They
true.
can care less of your skin color. But if you're a jerk to a white person, you're a jerk. But if you're a jerk to a black person, you're automatically a racist. This is where
I've never said that.
No, I'm not saying you, right? I'm not saying you, right? But I'm saying that mentality, right? Is that it's people give more grace or people give more excuses or whatever, okay? Because of they look at the race. Where I look at the facts. I look at the logic, right? It was two kids just being hot-headed kids, right? And their hot-headedness, their aggressiveness, their attitudes just turned out bad. I don't believe that this white kid was being racist or because he saw a black kid. He was, whatever, right? I think that his attitude would have been
Asian that Austin would have given him the same energy.
Yes.
I wouldn't know, but this thing, I wouldn't know. But then I'm assuming it, right? I'm not going to assume race.
It's the same thing.
I'm not going to assume racism. That's my problem, right? I see this with the protesters that happened right outside of Metcalf, Anthony's protesters. All bunch of black people just thinking that, oh my God, it's just racist. It's racism. They're saying America's the most racist. No, it's not. It's this is the problem.
You're conflating like a lot of stuff, DA. It's just that some people they experience racism, especially if you're a person of color. But see, at the same time, I'm not going to assume that all white people are racist. It's like no.
Zyrax,
But have I experienced racism? Yes.
Zyrax, are me and you having a disagreement based on race, or are we having a disagreement based on ideology?
More so ideology.
Not race. You just said more so ideology. So you are assuming race when I do not even assume race in this conversation. So I can say you are the racist one in this conversation.
You're not considering it. You're not considering race though. And I think a lot of times you guys like to play pretend that no, it's not about race. Sometimes it is about race.
So
because it's about our it's about our preconceived whether you want to be biased or of certain people that they appear more threatening than others.
So Karmelo Anthony should have been charged for a hate crime because of the perception of race. You see how this logic?
What?
That's what you just said.
No, she don't believe it could be the other way around. She don't believe it's the other way around. Right. So this is you don't believe that, let's say because the black person killed the white person, you don't believe that the black person was racist towards the white person. But because the white person, the white boy wanted to kick out the black boy out of the tent, that is racist.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I asked, if it was Asian, would they come with the same energy? No.
We don't know. That's the thing where we're not. See, this is the thing. We're not out and out just saying it's racist because we don't have proof of it. We're assuming it. Right?
I didn't say that it was racist. I was just saying, I said you have to consider it though.
Why?
Yes.
There's no logic to make you want to consider it besides the people that are involved. No one's talking about. No one made any racist undertones. No one said anything that necessarily dealt with race.
You don't know that.
No.
You're not willing. You're not even willing to consider it. That's my problem.
The defense didn't even go on that, right? That's why. That's the defense didn't even. They didn't make that argument. Why is everyone else making the argument when his own defense didn't even make that argument?
And Zyrax, can it just be? There can be two assholes, regardless of skin color. So why even bring skin color into it? You're the one who keeps bringing up race. I keep bringing up Karmelo was in a bad spot and a bad mental position and all that. You're the one who keeps bringing up the race issue, and I'm saying you doing that.
No, I'm not. You keep assuming that I'm doing I'm saying certain things that you feel like I'm making. I'm justifying this. I'm justifying. I'm not justifying anything.
She's saying we should. She's saying we should think about it. Right? I'm not saying that she.
But that's not even a factor. See, that's where a why a lot of left have a problem with people on the right. It's that you guys seem to think, oh no, it's not race. It's not race. Yeah, we're not saying that it's race 100% of the time, but the fact that you wouldn't even consider it is the problem.
But I have a problem with this. Where this is the problem where we will never stop thinking about race. We will never stop thinking about race.
So
it's because of this, right? We must always consider race. Okay, why don't we just consider in the world where there's bad people, there's good people? They were just jerks to each other, right? I honestly, I don't know. I find that a self-defeating mentality. Go for it.
You just said that to you it seems like black people tend to get angry more faster. What is that?
Wait, what? What was that?
She said that you said black people get angry more faster.
I didn't say they get angry more faster, right?
Oh, they have a shorter fuse or something like that.
And do you think that they don't?
See, so are we just gonna paint? See, the fact that you think that, right? That means that I know. It doesn't matter who. With me, I don't see.
Obviously,
I hate to say like
don't
this
say you
color,
don't
but
see race.
everybody has a shitty day. It's just that you don't know who whoever that you meet, despite of color, could have a shitty day. It doesn't matter. But then I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh, black people are more likely."
We've literally been saying that this whole time.
I know.
Then why are you bringing race into it?
You keep accusing me of doing something that I'm not. Like I'm just explaining myself. You keep questioning me, so I explain myself. You're like, why are you bringing race into it? I'm like, well, you're asking me,
Tim, do not let her gaslight me. Has she not been the one who's been bringing up race in this whole thing, Tim?
Yes, she has. She has, and she's culturally appropriated red hair.
What? Oh my God, that's. This is the thing where
Zyrex, you're not from red hair is from Scotland, Norway, and Ireland. Are you any of those?
No.
So why do you have red hair? That's cultural appropriation.
But like Zyrex, like the thing is like you want me to consider race as an issue when it comes to a white on black crime.
No, I'm not saying. See.
Oh, okay.
That's not what I said.
Still man your position for me, so I'm not.
No, see, with me, it's like the fact that you're unwilling to even factor that in, to think that that's like that's not possible. That's the problem.
Oh, okay.
The fact that you're not even willing to consider that might be that might be like a big factor in it. You're just you're assuming that no, there's no race at all. The denial is the problem that I have.
Oh, okay. So let's just assume that I do take race into effect when it comes to Karmelo and Anthony. Does that mean we can now charge Karmelo with a hate crime because I am taking race into account?
How is it a hate crime?
Because when we bring in race, that is the threshold for hate crimes.
Right. Correct. No, that's correct. I hate crimes. Because
we could assume that
Karmelo did not go underneath the tent and they just
You are assuming his motive, what you told me not to do.
Because we can make the argument, right? We can make the argument because a black boy killed a white boy. We could make it like, oh, it's a racial thing. He killed it.
Right.
Probably killed it because he's white. Because he hate white people. And let's be honest, black people definitely can't hate white people, which they do. So you can assume that it would be a hate crime.
So do you want me to bring race into account and say that this crime needs to be attached to the hate crime statute? Or do you want me to say that these are two assholes and say that race has nothing to do with it? Because I'm saying race has nothing to do with this. These were just two assholes that met up with each other. And you are the one who keeps bringing up race.
No, the thing that we don't really know, right? We don't really know. We're just going off of what we think,
and
happens.
That is
right?
what we've been, Zyrex.
That's what I've been trying to say too. But you keep saying that. Oh, it sounds like I'm doing this. It sounds like I'm doing this. I'm like, no.
But you do add that we should think about it too.
Yeah, you keep adding in that caveat at the end of every, like, you do this thing where you like.
You're not saying it's race. You're not saying that it's not racism.
I'm not saying that at all.
We should think about it. It's like, no, I think we should stop thinking about it.
Exactly.
Okay, English is my second language, so maybe I'm not coming across. I'm not.
You're coming across fine, but like your argument doesn't hold water.
No, I'm not, because you're not understanding me, right?
No, I am repeating back to you your things, but when it comes to logic and it comes to applying the standard throughout, I'm talking. This is the standard, a flat line. You're talking about like, okay, use race when it comes to black sentencing. Okay, cool. But
no, she's saying think about it. You think about it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Don't use nothing. Use it. Don't want to. Let's not. I don't. She's meaning we should think about it.
Well, if you think about it, then real Rain is right. Then it should be a hate crime. If you want to think about race, I mean,
that's not what a hate crime is, though. Hate crime would be like him going, him targeting them. That would be like a hate crime.
You got to read this. I mean, hate crime. You got to look that they look into someone's. I like I said, I hate crime.
Hate crime is targeted.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying.
That's what. Yes.
Well,
so how can that be applied in this case, though? That
Zyrex, are you saying that what only white people can be convicted of hate crimes?
See, this is what I'm not saying any of that. You guys keep assuming that that's what I'm saying. And I'm like, I never said any of that. Why are you guys keep bringing up all these like
steelman your position for us? Just give us your steelman position. Don't let us assume. Just put the cards on the table.
I said, what happened? Yeah, he meted a person. Yeah, he should go to jail. I think it should. I think it should be. I don't think he should get hit with murder, but then manslaughter because I don't think it was intentional. I don't think he, he went there specifically to delete him. It's just that two hotheads, and they didn't know how to de-escalate, and and he said he gave a warning, said don't touch me or else, and then Austin touched him, and then he swung at him.
It's not a warning; it's a threat.
So you're literally saying everything we said before you came on here.
I bet Zyrex is pretty. Are you pretty, Zyrex?
No, I'm ugly.
She's a torso.
No.
That's why it's an AI.
Okay, so Zyrex, let me kind of like flip this. Let's just like move the conversation away. I think we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
So when it comes to Irina Zaruska and the killer of Irina Zaruska stabbed her in the neck and said, "I got that white bitch," does that constitute a hate crime?
I don't know that case. I've never heard it. Yeah, I've never heard of it. If you don't mind,
the North Carolina bus stabbing.
Was there a verdict on that one yet?
No, he was not deemed fit for trial.
He's in prison.
Oh yeah.
He's in prison.
So that was the bus accident, the bus incident, Zyrex, where the guy, like the girl sat down and then the guy stabbed her in the back of the neck. Do you remember that one?
Like he just went up to her and stabbed her?
No, she went on up to a bus. Like
no, he did went up to her and stabbed her. Right, he stabbed her from behind.
Yeah, he stabbed her from behind. Then he got off the bus and said, "I got that white bitch." Would you say that constitutes a hate crime because he said that?
Yeah, Yeah.
That does constitute a hate crime.
My understanding of hate, because he said, I would consider that, I would fall that under hate, yes.
Okay, so that's kind of like what me and DA have been trying to say is we want an equal standard for how these things are looked at, not just from you, but from the tribes that are within these groups.
Yeah, you don't think we want that also?
I don't know.
Think so. I don't
really know anymore.
That's the thing. We have a history of the justice system not, being favorable to one race and not the rest. And so what do you expect us to,
I think it's more, for me, it's more, I mean, I know our justice system is messed up. I think it's public opinion, right? I don't think anyone in general, or public opinion, will ever see the death of a white person by the hands of let's say any other race as a hate crime. But a lot of times, right, if it's the death of any other race by a white person, they want you to at least think about it potentially being a hate crime. I think this is why hate crimes are not always like the easiest to prove, because it's not that easy to prove that someone hates you purely because of your race. So that's why I don't really like to assume that all the time, because in my opinion, I don't think we're racist. I think we're tribalist. I think we are biased. I don't think we're racist.
Yeah,
At
like
least
me.
in 2026, in the 2000s, I don't think so. In general, of course, there's specific races. So I'm just talking about in general society. I don't think we're racist.
Yeah, like Zyrax, like me and DA are different races, but me and him are both in the red pill sphere. So me and him fall into the same tribe. And so what I think everyone nowadays really is like clamoring for is just, what is the standard? Like, what is the baseline? This is self-defense. This is murder. This is okay. This is not. Things have gotten so muddied over the last 10 years. Can you tell me?
I mean, like, I don't know. Again,
Exactly. But you're part of the leftist mentality. You're not part of it. You have the leftist mentality that says, like, this is bad, this is wrong. But when it
but
comes
do we
to
not have a
this,
history of fair treatment, though? Right? Do you not see that?
dude,
Stop
Zyrax,
looking at the history.
See, you guys are uneven. See, you guys aren't even like willing to admit that we have a
No,
history
we do.
of fair treatment.
Zyrax,
We have a terrible history.
Ugh.
Zyrax.
You can't even admit that much. You can't even conceive that much that we have a history of it. That's why people, my minorities, they're wary. That's why they're
Oh, okay. So, Zyrax, let me ask you one question. I got like 15 more minutes, but I love
not
it.
even gonna agree to what I just said. Do we have a history or not of unfair treatment?
What do you consider a white person?
Wait, let's give Zyrex Zyrex respect, right? Do we agree that America has an ugly history?
Every country has an ugly history,
No,
so yeah.
You can't even.
I just said
I'm talking
yes.
about our
Yes.
country.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
I said
And
yeah.
that's the problem that the left has with the right. The fact that you guys aren't even willing to admit that, like, yeah, like United States have been, pretty much a racist country, but that we've improved though, right? We've
Institutionalized.
we fixed, we try to fix our wrong. Any kind of
It
racist
seems
laws, we try to undo it, and like, what is wrong with admitting that?
no. There's nothing wrong with admitting our country
But
hasn't
then you won't,
fucked up.
even admit
Can I
that
ask
though.
a question?
I just did admit it.
Oh, wait,
No,
guys.
you didn't.
I want
Because you went
stop.
to what is white.
All right, stop.
No.
Stop. I want stop. I want to give self-made some spotlight.
Oh, sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to ask a question. Why do we need to end laws that ended racism? Why was that a
Why?
thing in the beginning?
Why was the thing to have laws to end racism?
Yeah, that's if I heard that correctly.
Yeah, because we were a racist country.
And why was that? Why?
Why? I think I think it goes along tribalism, right? I mean, one group thinks that, you know what, I only care about my group. I don't care about other groups.
So what's a group in the white community? Because I mean, people like
white.
Well, okay, no, that's kind of the question I was going
Culturalism.
to ask Zyrax, is because Italians are not the same as Irish.
But
The
I can't
Irish
even
are
hear
not the
anybody.
same
What the hell?
as Anglos. I'm sorry, go ahead, self-made.
No, I think he's having a little. Are you having a mic problem?
Okay. But like that was the question I was going to ask Cyrax, is like, people use this term white without understanding the diversity within the term white. An Irish person is not the same as an Italian person. An Italian is not the same as a Russian person. A Russian is not the same as a French person. So
I
like,
lagged out.
Yeah, I figured.
so like, you putting like, there's this arbitrary term white that is ascribed to everyone that is light skinned, but I do not consider. I know that DA is Vietnamese. I am not going to call him Asian. He is Vietnamese. But white people do not get that benefit.
Yeah, white people don't like Dagos.
What? What is that?
That's an Italian person.
Yeah.
That's the first time I ever heard of that.
No, no, and like white people do not like Anglos do not like Italians.
Right.
Oh.
So like there's this like box that like white people are put in, but if I were to like put like any other people in the same box, it'd be like that's racism. And that's what I'm saying, like leftists, and I'm not like picking on you, Zyrax, but it's like, yo, like respect my I am wearing a Germany World Cup kit, and you have not asked my ethnicity or my nationality, but you just assume me to be white.
No, the way I see things, I see it as I mean, I'm assuming that we're all citizens, but yeah, that we're Americans.
I hope there is no illegals here.
Zyrex, she has such a cute laugh, doesn't she? She says she was ugly. I don't believe that.
Hey, we're all friends, right? So that's why I want to promote.
Hey, Zyrex,
my future baby mama.
Zyrex,
let's not do that.
You're married, right?
Yeah.
I have a baby mama. I'm not married.
See that? She's not ugly. She has such a cute laugh. We just DA and Real Rain. We just gotta pull her over to the light.
No, to be honest, I love that she's an opposing opinion. We need that. I want to promote people who have opposing opinions. So I just want her to. Here's the thing: where I want her to more be understanding, and she could stay. She could stay with her viewpoints. I've never wanted to change someone's views, but I want someone to see the logic, right? So I want to go with what you were talking about before. I want to try to wind this thing down. I agree 100%. America had a terrible, ugly history, right? What I hate, what I disagree with, what I vehemently fight with is how people on the left, not necessarily saying you, but you were showing it, how they constantly need to live in history, constantly need to talk about history, constantly need to recognize and promote and like, look at history, it was racist. Great, who cares? How is it affecting you today? And this is my problem with like the black community, right? Or the internet black community, right? I'm not, because I know plenty of people in real life doesn't give a shit about racism because it doesn't affect them like that. But constantly, you know what? The racism, reparations, white supremacy, shit like that. How's it stopping you from achieving? It's only an excuse that internet black people, the liberals, the Democrats use so they can, you know what? He's poor because white supremacy. He can't, have a job because of the white man. He can't do this because of the white man. I know plenty of successful black men that they're not shackled to history. No white man is stopping, the black men from succeeding. You are stopping yourself. And that's my problem with, the liberals, the Democrats, the progressive, whatever, the modern day left, is that they don't realize that they're their own worst enemy. No one is stopping you from learning to invest, to save, to budget, to work hard, to work smart. Nobody today, right? You can recognize the past. No one. I think everyone should learn the past.
I can argue this actually.
Go ahead, self-made. What is your thought?
So throughout history,
turn up your volume, please.
What people really don't understand is that black people, there were laws put in place so black people could not get an education. Even places like Virginia, places like North Carolina, you couldn't go to school, you couldn't get an education, right? And so what happens is it compounds over time, right? If your parents don't know this, then how are they going to teach their offspring? If their offspring don't learn this from their parents, how is this gonna how are they gonna teach their next generation and over again, over and over again? So I kind of understand it in a sense of, well, most people who I know are just a product of their environment at the end of the
Selfie,
day.
you know how I could debunk that logic yourself? And again, I agree. The history is ugly. How I debunk it is immigrants. Immigrants
Well, you
in general.
you can't use outside sources to compete this. They did not go through the same thing that the black people did in this country. I'm talking about lynchings, black codes, redlining. They did not have to go through that in this country.
First of all, the redlining
You can't really bring outside people.
Because here's the thing: redlining, Asian immigrants are living alongside the black community, right? The black people, they're living alongside, the poor.
Most Asians did not come into the country until after the Immigration Act.
I don't disagree, but where do you think Asians are living? They're not living in the suburbs along with white people. They're living in the hood. They're living in the terrible environments along with black people.
And the argument for that is that the United States just don't allow people to come in. They pick the people that they want to come in.
No,
they don't allow.
They're not picking the rich.
Google the. You can Google
they're not
the
picking
test.
the rich, right? They're not picking the rich.
They're picking people who have education.
No, that's wrong.
They're not picking. They're not. You can Google this yourself.
I literally did. I literally have, right? About I literally have looked at it. Most
immigrants come on. I think they call it. It's either, damn, what is it called? Fuck, sponsorships.
Yeah, by families, their own family are sponsoring them. Not because they're intelligent, not because they have money. Their family.
Well, that's not how the U.S. bring people into the country. They don't do that. They don't just they don't say, okay, well, you can come into the country because you're poor. They don't do it like that.
You can come. No, you again. I don't know how many immigrants you know, but I know a lot. I literally, my family is full of immigrants. Right, only immigrants. Right, I'm only second generation. Right, or I'm first generation. Right, first generation. So literally, my mom asylum. Right, my dad asylum. Some of the people I know, they come here because of if you have someone here that's already have decent earnings, you can sponsor someone from another country, even if they're poor or uneducated. You're sponsored because you are responsible. Yeah, you're responsible for them, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah,
so
I get that.
Yeah, so in general, I'm not saying there's none that are wealthy or smart, or well educated. I'm not saying there's none, right?
Well, I'm just going based off of how the U.S. actually do immigration and how they actually pull people from the country.
Multiple ways. There's many ways for the U.S.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Right?
But they don't just pull people in. If I wanted to go to China, I would have to have something that I have to offer to China. I would have to have like a degree or a business or any type of expertise that I'm really good at to go to China, or be good at, or just mostly degrees. Like if I have an English degree, I would have to teach English in China.
Hey,
that's just base.
Cool. Everyone in this chat, I'm a minority here, so I want deference.
But again, that doesn't really argue the fact that black people have been getting brutalized in this country, and then somebody comes for another.
That was a joke.
Yeah,
you're supposed to laugh at a joke.
No, not you.
Yeah, I want to say this again because I really want to get to the point where this is the problem, right?
Why did Zyrax leave?
Something part of her connection.
There she is.
I really want to get across that you can change your life in one generation. Nothing stopped your parents, right, from saving, from budget. I mean, like again, my parents, they weren't getting money. They weren't getting loans from the white people. They weren't getting anything from white people.
Well, again, what your parents don't know, they can't teach you.
My parents only know. This is the thing. Immigrants' parents only know how to work hard. They're not teaching you how to save, invest, or anything. Right? That's all. But
again, And again, after being like my grandfather grew up in segregation, right? He's 70, about to be 80 years old. He grew up in segregation. You know, he had a nice life.
Did he like
I'm
it?
not I'm not. Did he like it?
No.
Of course not. Of course not. He used to get beat up in school all the time
Right. Like who?
by white kids. He went to an
If he,
all-white school.
hold it. If you're saying he grew up in segregation, how was he being beaten up by white kids?
I mean, well, when I say segregation, I mean it was just more so you're black, you got to stay on this side of town, but you can still go to a white school. I mean, Ruby Bridges went to a white school.
Legally?
In the
Okay.
The start
yeah,
the start of desegregation.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, Ruby Bridges went to he grew up around her time. So, yeah, he went to a white school, and it wasn't
Did
great.
he did he want to go to a white school?
No, but they didn't fund black schools back then.
Yeah, again, I 100% agree. Right, I 100%
They
agree.
still don't fund. They still don't
No.
fund black schools. They don't. Like
Well,
I've been. I stayed in Louisiana, Baton Rouge, and my elementary school. It was when I switched schools because I moved to Georgia. I moved to Atlanta, Georgia. When I switched schools, we used to wear uniform. When I went to Georgia, no uniform. They had after school programs. They had sport events. They had all this, all of it at one school. I was in fourth, fifth grade. You know.
That's because of the property taxes.
Yeah, I mean, the
That
city
just
has to
that
fund
goes
it.
that just goes back to funding. It just goes back to funding. All of
It's
that.
property taxes. 90%. I mean, my property. I live in Minnesota. Like 75% of my property taxes go to schools. My property taxes just go up and up and up and up and up. The schools.
Yeah, it just goes.
Well, the schools in my district are supposed to be pretty good, but I pay for other people's kids. I don't have any kids. I don't know why my property taxes go to schools.
Self-made. I do want you to understand that. You know what? You got to think about this, right? Like I said again, I understand the history of
Like I'm not.
black people is terrible,
Mhm.
but you got to think this: where how can a group of a group of people come to America and they're doing better than white people, Asian people in general?
Who's doing better than white people?
Asian people.
Asian people are not doing better than white people.
They are.
That is not. They're not.
See,
There's you can't. No, not. I'm gonna tell you right now. All right. There are about 20 million Asian people in the country. You cannot be doing better than 120
per capita,
million
they're doing
people.
better.
Or you still can't per capita be doing better than 190 million people. 200. Because I mean, if you look at white doctors are 60% of the workforce. White doctors, engineers. You can't be.
Literally, right?
It's impossible. The numbers it just doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, they're doing it. I mean, CDC stuff, right? Asian Americans have the highest median household income of the majority racial groups in the U.S. Right? Education, Asian Americans has the highest rates of college graduation and advanced degree attainment among major racial groups. Average Asian American have lower poverty rates than many other groups, including white Americans. Though variation, right? We are in general.
You're using ChatGPT. ChatGPT is not researcher and ChatGPT is an outsource,
Okay,
meaning it can have false information. That's why I don't use ChatGPT.
You can ask them for source.
Yeah.
All right. Pew Research right here. I mean, Pew Research isn't, they collect data. All right. So Office of Minority Health. I mean, like Pew Research again. All right. So again, I'm basing. I mean, unless you have data that says otherwise, I have data that shows you otherwise. All right. So Asian Americans are doing better than white Americans. So
they're only starting to.
Well, again, this is the thing where I care about right now. I like I said, I agree. Right, American history, 60.
I mean,
50
you
years
guys.
ago, terrible.
I mean, you guys just
Well,
have.
the
You
past
guys are.
matters,
I care about
though.
right now.
You
The
guys
past
have.
matters, though.
It
You guys
doesn't.
are only.
Yes,
You
it
guys
does.
are only. What matters?
The past. Have you heard of generational trauma?
I mean,
that is the thing.
I mean, it. I'm not gonna dismiss it and say it's not an effect because I mean it. You
because
know,
people
I get
are
it.
shackled to it. People are shackled to it, right? Generational
Why would they
trauma
want to be shackled to it?
because it gives them an excuse, right? If
What is
you're someone
what does
who
that
can't
excuse do to them? What does that excuse give them? Nothing.
what
So
is
why?
excuse?
Like I don't know why you
Because
keep
here's the
saying
thing, right? If you're let's say hypothetically, you're a black kid, right? Who you know what lives a life where you didn't study hard, you didn't do anything, right? And
Okay,
then your life you
you
can say that
the
what the white my history, racism, white supremacy, the America, all this shit. What?
I want you to type. I want you to go to ChatGPT and type that in
Type what in?
and see what it is. Black history, I guess, is a past. Damn, how I want to phrase it. Shit.
I'm not saying it's
Does
not
does
important.
black does the past of Black history still affects Black people today?
Yeah, people will
Something
say
like
it
that.
was, right? I agree, right? People make it seem it still does. I'm saying it doesn't, right? Even if they say,
Zyrex,
that's what I'm saying. You are in denial. And this is what I mean by you guys are in denial. You guys refuse to think that
I'm in
it doesn't have
denial.
effect like it does.
No, because I'm in
Yes,
denial because
history
people
can
want to
affect
make.
people today,
Yes.
including Black
If
Americans,
you don't
but the
Here,
extent.
if you fail to
listen to
acknowledge
this,
the past mistakes, and then what makes you think that that it could
okay,
a problem could never get fixed?
let me give you this analogy. Let me give this idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your grandma was a single mom, right? Your mom was a single mom, right? Then you become a single mom. Don't you think that you could still use that same thing, right? Generational trauma, history to excuse that you became a single mom instead of, right? It's choice.
Can I
It
give you
boils
a
down to
story?
choice. Huh? What was it?
So my great aunt husband, they were married. They got married in the I think the 50s or something like that. They passed a long time. She passed a long time ago. But my grandmother told me the story that he was hung. He was lynched essentially in Mississippi for nothing. So
That's terrible.
I do like I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, by the way. I'm just trying to find an argument so I can
No,
improve my
I
debate skills.
love it. That's
But
fine.
but I do think that the history of the country kind of like during like lynchings in general, they were lynching Black people for no reason. They were lynching. They were killing. They bombed a fucking Baptist church in the 60s. This was not long ago, by the way. This
I'm
wasn't
not.
long ago.
Again,
So I mean,
I'm not.
all of these attacks that are being put on the community is gonna hold people back. They're gonna get tired of that shit. Imagine if I were to come to your house every day, and do things that you do not want to do, and then there's nothing you can do about it.
Who says there's nothing you could do about it? See that again, right? You just said it. I love what you just said. There's nothing you could do about it. That is the problem, right? This is the problem being shackled to history, right?
Well, see, back then,
was there a point? Yeah, I agree. Was there a point in time? Yes. The problem is if you still carry that mindset to today, then yes, you will always be shackled to that mindset.
No, I'm not agree. I agree. I agree with that. I'm not, like I said, I'm not disagreeing with you on that because I mean I'm doing great for myself. But
Zyrex,
I mean,
why do you keep on leaving?
I'm not so sure. I think it's my internet.
Yeah, mine's just doing it earlier.
Yeah, you should always stay on because I think you're pretty.
But
going
what
back
I
to
was
the
trying to go
conversation.
to, bro, is I was saying back then there were nothing that they can do to protect or
I
you
agree.
die. That's it.
I
Or you
agree.
die.
But
now it's a different field for us right now, and I do agree because I mean I told you already. I have like 4 trademarks, bro.
I know
Like,
you're doing well. That's why you're
I'm
an
doing
example against it.
I'm doing well. And then there's more. We've talked about this as well. There's more Black millionaires.
Self-made. Are you gonna marry a white woman?
Oh, Tim. There's more Black millionaires in America than anywhere else in the world. Imagine that.
You know he is. You know, self-made is going to marry a white woman.
He's focused on himself. He's focused on. All right, guys. I want to let's. I think that's it. We're on for more longer than than I usually try to. Right. So
no, this is good. Let's keep it going.
I can't.
I want to hear. I want to hear Zyrex talk again.
Yeah, let's.
No, do your thing. No, DA. It's okay. Do your thing, DA. I know.
No. I love you guys. Right, you guys are amazing. Thank you guys for joining the chat. Right, thank you guys for joining.
DA. Let's just listen to Zyrex talk.
But I'm gonna give a final thoughts. Right, so I do want to give you self-made. Any final thoughts for tonight? If you're still there, it's fine. Zyrex, final thoughts. Any thoughts?
Oh well, thank you for having me. Up here. I'll come back next week.
I love it.
Right? You only do live streams once a week.
No, I do live streams every like Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, and maybe some other days too. I only do panels.
Oh, panels. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I meant. Okay.
Panels on Wednesdays, right? I only do panels on Wednesdays. If we become bigger, right, who knows? Cross fingers.
I want Zyrex as a permanent panelist.
I would love it
just
too.
To hear
she's
her
a busy
voice.
woman. She's a busy woman, so
Yes, thank you.
Maybe I can lure her away from her. I'm not a backdoor man.
Yeah, that's not. We're good men. We gotta be good men, right? We don't want
she
a husband.
She likes it. You like it, don't you, Zyrex? I'm kind of flirting with you.
He's a flirter. All right,
Zyrex, do you like that I'm flirting with you?
To be honest, I'm, a little uncomfortable, but like I know that you're not, being serious, right?
I like your voice. You have a very nice voice.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that is it for tonight, right? Zyrex, thank you for being here.
Thank you, DA. Good talking to you guys.
Later. Self-made. I guess he's gone. His connection is always terrible. Tim, thank you for being here.
I thought he was why is this connection terrible if he's self-made?
I don't know. Every one of them have bad connections. I think they're not used to doing this.
Right. Yeah, Zyrex, I like her.
Well, hopefully she comes on more often. Right? Tim, thank you for being here.
You're welcome. Hopefully you're having you're having a great life, and your chick is treating you right.
Hey,
she's still in Vietnam, right?
She is. And that's why I want to get off and I could talk to her.
Okay, yeah. Just make sure she doesn't nag you. Is she a nagger?
No, she's not. She's not.
Okay.
She's a great person.
Okay.
All right. Later, brother.
Yep. Goodbye.
Guys, thank you for being here. You guys are amazing. Yo, Evil Eddie. I don't know why. I get like Ghostbuster vibe from this song. But it's not. It's interesting. I get Ghostbuster vibes from this. Self-made, thank you for being here, my brother. Brent, thank you for being here. Why is Buddy being a weirdo? Tim is a spider. Tim is a little bit of a weirdo. That's his thing. But I try to keep him toned down. Laughing Man was here. Red Door was here. Thank you for being here, guys. I love you. You guys are amazing. Yeah, I felt like a Ghostbuster kind of, feel to that. Guys, I love you. Later, guys. Please check out my other videos. Please check out my shorts, right? My YouTube shorts. But yeah, I love you. Later, guys.
Devil's